Hello. Okay, sorry. Here we are. But, alright, yeah, so Friday, last day of the week. Had another long week, but, it's done. Now it's time for some Nuzlocke to round it out. I mean, and by long week, I don't mean like it was bad or anything. It was fine. It was just tiring as it goes. But always nice to get a little bit more Pokemon in. I mean, I say that as if I'm not playing Pokemon constantly currently, like in all my free time anyway. But I mean, this Nuzlocke has been fun for sure. Excited to see where it takes us next. Make sure everything's ready. And yeah, it should be good. So last time we finished all the gym badges, as I recall. So now it's time. We're just finishing up the badges, and I did actually go and check the levels because I was remembering I couldn't remember the exact levels of the like final challenges for each path, and the order that I was able to determine roughly is the. I almost gave away the spoilers. Not that it matters that much, but is the Titan path, and then the Team Star path and the Champion path, which makes sense. That's sort of what you'd expect. Admittedly, the Champion and Team Star paths actually are kind of similar. Like I think the levels wise, they're kind of the same, but in some sense, I think the Champion one is supposed to sort of be the final one. But so I think that's the order I'll probably end up doing them in. But anyway, let's jump on into that. So let me pull up the game. Come on. There it goes. All right. Is our thing up to date still? I think so. I haven't changed the team in a while, so it should be okay. Our team is basically good until someone dies, at which point, who knows? It'll be up in the air again. But until then, we've got a team. Alright, there we are. Loaded in. So, what was I doing? Oh yeah, so here, this is where it was. This is the, where I was going. Yeah, that's the actual raid. So let's see, how are we doing at this point? I should pull my notes up, I guess. I mean, the notes for this kind of game, I don't need as much because it's just when I catch stuff, I need it. Well, I think, am I going to be getting a new catch here? Is this a new area? It might actually be. Because this is, is this its own area? North Province Area 3? Yeah, I don't think I have any North Province for that matter, right? Yeah, I do not. Alright, well, let's start off with a catch, I guess. Or an attempt to catch. I don't know, the levels here are a little bit sketchy, I think, because I think the stuff in here is like level 50. And I am not. Maybe let's get a quick glimpse to see. Oh, those are 43. I don't know if that's... Where does it start? Oh, okay, we're getting a talking to with, Clav Pompadour. Chamomile. Operation Starfall is going well, wouldn't you say? Only 2 bosses left now. This whole experience has been eye-opening to say the least. I'm glad I could take part. But I'm curious, Chamomile. What do you think of Cassiopeia? Can't be trusted. They're doing the right thing. They're a bag of riddles. I really don't know. I really don't know. Is that so? Personally, I don't think Cassiopeia feels any hate or resentment towards Team Star. And yeah, doesn't seem that way. No, there must be some other reason behind Operation Starfall. But what could it be? Well, I'd best get back to keeping watch. Call for me if you decide to take on the base, okay? Okay, I won't. Alright, well, we're into this area now, I think. How was levels looking? 47, yeah, high 40s. Well, should be okay. So, it's a little sketchy. I should probably just put craft in to start, whatever it is. I was gonna say, because, like, I've been leading Speedy for the shed tail out. But if we're trying to catch, obviously it's a little bit different. Wait, where does the region area start? Oh, we're already in it. We're well in it even from up in the snow, I guess. Probably starts at the edge of the like mountain trail there. So we'll fight these trainers and then we'll go into there. That'll get us the experience we need, I guess. That'll be helpful. There it is. There's Glaciato Mountain. Here's North Province Area 3. So let me just go down into it, though, so that we're not spawning ice Pokemon, because I don't think I want more ice Pokemon. I mean, ice Pokemon aren't bad, but I already have the Snover, and as I've kind of mentioned, ice typing is like the worst defensive type. Feels like, alright. Let me get my roll, and we'll see what we get. Get a new catch for this area. North Province Area 3. Do I have all the other? Man, it's a little bit hard to keep track. So let me roll that good old die. A 2. Okay, let's just see the second thing we see. So we jump down from here. Slide on down. Was that something? Oh yeah. Flow it, and then a Florges. It's gotta be the Florges. Oh. That's kind of scary. It's gonna be high level, isn't it? Did I ever decide how this reads different lines? I think I decided that they do count separately. Why can I not target? There it is. 46. Hasn't seen me. Oh, there it is. They're supposed to be like sensitive to humans, so I think these are the ones. Oh, maybe no. Maybe it's the Curlia that I'm thinking of. Oh, now it's seen me. Florges is pretty rare, actually. It took me a while to get one to spawn in here. Well, let's go for it. I mean, I like Florges is nice enough. Get him. I mean, I think we don't get one shot here, so if we're really threatened, we can deal with it. But for now, we're just gonna throw this quick ball and hope that does it. Yeah, didn't really think it would. Misty terrain. I mean, that could be scary, potentially. Do I have anything? Oh, Pip resists, but I want to get the yawn out. I don't think it kills. It's just going to spam random moves anyway. Yeah. It's just going to spam Misty Terrain over and over. We're not concerned with that, at least. So now's where I could switch. Or I could try to chip away slightly. Oh, Snarl would be good, because it lowers the special attack, actually. And it also crit. It does almost nothing. But it lowers the special attack, which is actually very relevant, because as long as it doesn't get a crit. Oh, maybe Moonblast. Okay. Good thing we're Fire type. You know what? Duh. We're Fire type. Fire type resists Fairy too. I was just thinking of the Ghost typing. Somehow I ignored the fact that it's just straight up Fire type. I was thinking, Ghost is neutral to Fairy. Are you not asleep yet? Wait. Oh, because the Misty Terrain. Oh my goodness. That was dumb. How very dumb of me. Okay, we gotta stall out this Misty Terrain and hope it won't go for the Misty Terrain. Okay, it's going for... All it has is terrain moves. Wait, but now it can actually sleep. Grassy terrain is good. You can fall asleep on grass. You'll keep healing, which is maybe slightly annoying. We'll keep healing, though, too. And we're not gonna die to the Moonblasts. Especially not if we hit Snarls. So now we yawn again. Hope it does not go for Misty Terrain. It's just going to keep alternating terrain. Okay, grassy terrain, that's fine. Alright, one more turn of no grassy terrain. I kind of want to hit harder than I am, but I'm worried about the damage. Okay, neither of these should kill, though, I don't think. Let's see, this is not very effective. So we're compared to this, we're also getting stab on these. That's 120 versus the... Okay, Okay, we'll call this, it's not quite 60, but it's at half, so it's like 30. It's not quite 30, it's like 27.5, but 30 to 120, so it'll do 4 times as much damage. That still shouldn't kill. Maybe if it crit, it might kill. Don't really want to Torch Song, because I don't really want to be stronger, although I could use that, although this also could reduce special defense. This should not kill. Forge's special defense is pretty high, to be honest, so it like, should be fine. Yeah, totally fine. Alright, grassy terrain. Now you're asleep. So the question is, do I just go for the ball, or do I just try to get one more? I guess I try to get one more hit in, because it'll stay asleep for at least 1 turn. Even a crit here shouldn't kill. Trying your luck at finding a shiny cloth. Oh boy, good luck. A shiny cloth? I don't even know what the shiny cloth looks like. That's kind of funny though. I assume you just mean on like the random cloths running around, right? Because I think the Titans are shiny locked. I don't think they can be. Unfortunately, I don't think they can be shiny. It's blue. Oh dang! They're like a real life crab, like one of those blue crabs. Do I have a better ball than an Ultra Ball? Not really. That's I mean, a nice, very starkly differently colored shiny is always nice. Okay, got it. I caught a Florges here in North Province Area 3. Nice and blue, too. Look at this. Well, speaking of blue, I have a blue Florges now. Wait, what's Learning Earthquake? I mean, Earthquake is good. I don't know what it is, but... Ooh, Garganackle. Parfait Learning Earthquake. Man, maybe does that replace Hammer Arm? Maybe it's more accurate, which of course is a big deal. I mean, it also hits multiple targets, but that's irrelevant in the story. The only time that's relevant in the story is at the Ghost Gym, Montenevera, because it's doubles battles. There's literally no other doubles battles in the story. So it's just 100 power, 90 accuracy versus 100 power, 100 accuracy, which obviously this is better in that regard. And this also lowers our own speed, which, to be honest, almost irrelevant, because Parfait is so slow that it's like we're going to be last regardless. But I guess that's technically a downside also, as long as we're not playing Trick Room, which we're not. Now the question though is the typing, right? Hammer Arm, they actually, to some degree, they hit similar typings, but Hammer Arm also hits Dark. They're both not great against Flying, but we have Flying dealt with Salt Cure, more or less. Earthquake doesn't hit Flying at all, but then this hits Electric, hits Poison, and then the Fighting, so they both hit Rock and Steel, but Ground hits Electric and Poison, whereas Fighting will hit Dark, and Normal, right, obviously, and Ice, actually, now that I think about it. Fighting hits a lot of stuff, but, and then Ground also hits Fire, though. Which, I mean, Rock hits Fire already, so that's why that one's not as important. I mean, it's mostly a wash at the end of the day, I think. Either one would be okay, but the accuracy increase on Earthquake probably makes it worth it. I mean, what are our things that we're concerned about? Steel, which this hits Steel as a Rock type. We're worried about Steel. Grass, okay, Earthquake's not as good against Grass. They're both fine against Water. And Fighting, which they're both fine against Fighting. And Ground, I guess, which they're both fine against Ground. So technically the fact that Hammer Arm is good against, or neutral on Grass makes it probably better for that situation, but I think the extra 10 accuracy is still probably better to take, and the non-speed reduction. Alright, let's just take Earthquake. Can't go wrong with a good Earthquake, right? And I'm keeping Recover and Iron Defense, even though I haven't been using them, but in theory, I could. right? In theory, that's useful. Blue pigments. Man, I found a Florges literally as I walked in here for my thing. It took me like not that long, but it took me. I had to like I had to use a meal power to get a fairy type meal power and run around this area to get the Florges to spawn in. And it still took like 10 minutes to get one to spawn. All right, what name we go in here? Nice blue flowers. Kind of blue flowers we got. I'm trying to think. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind for me is just bluebell because it has blue in the name and it's a flower that's kind of blue. I mean, they're pretty purple usually, right? But that's like the first thing I think of. They're flowers, and they do kind of like bunch up like these, right? Maybe we'll do that. Bluebell. Florges is pretty nice. I can imagine putting Florges on the team. What would we replace though? That's not what mine looks like. That one's red. Who would we replace here? To hit dark. Okay, this gets us dragon, which is one of the weak things I was saying that would be nice to hit, which is with like we were considering with ice. So in that sense, it would. I mean, we're not leaving Speedy in to fight dragons anyway, so this is not relevant that we have that. I mean, for hitting dark, so Tummy hits dark, and so that could be a replacement there. We've had a Pawmot on our team literally the whole time that we've been playing. And it's who it is has changed over periodically. But what else do we? So it hits dragon, which we don't have anyone hitting dragon at the moment. Hits. Obviously, it also learns things other than fairy type moves, but fairy type moves are the sort of relevant ones. Hits fighting, and we have fighting covered with Pip. More or less. Fighting is one of our major weaknesses that we've talked about, right? With Speedy, Pip, Raisin, and Parfait all getting... Well, no, sorry. Parfait, Raisin, and Speedy all getting bopped by fighting, and Pip being okay. Pip is strong against it, and at least neutral defensively. So Pip is generally our go-to, because Pip's usually beefy enough that even though it's neutral, we don't really take that much damage. Florges would help, but, I mean, Pip mostly has it covered. And then dark types, that's another big weakness of ours. We really have actually nothing for dark types because we don't have any bugs. We don't have. Oh no, Tummy is our dark type counter. Not really. I mean, it is kind of a counter, I guess. It resists at least, and it hits super effectively with close combat. Tummy does sort of feel like the weakest link to some degree. It's the one he's the one I'm the most scared to throw in all the time because he's like kind of the weakest. Defensively, everyone else is so bulky. Well, Speedy's not, but Speedy's just a free substitute and some breaking swipes. Like, look at that freaking special defense. That's with a negative nature too. We're gonna have to swap that nature also. We have to get another mint. Although the high special attack is good. It's a nice chunky special attack. I mean, not quite on the level of our other Pokemon, but it's something. It's something. I could even see. Well, okay, we boosted Raisin's special attack, special defense. We could theoretically raise the special attack, but I don't think we need to. I think Raisin's special attack is actually high enough. The special defense is more relevant here. In general, like I've been saying over and over, I think defenses are generally more relevant for a Nuzlocke because you can grind away if you have to, as long as you're not dying. Especially with items. If you don't have items, it becomes different, right? If you don't have items, it's a slightly different story because you definitely don't want to go for a long game if you don't have to. Just because you don't have the same leeway that the enemy does, where the enemy can just let Pokemon faint and switch in. In fact, they do. They're never going to do anything other than that. But for you have to switch at some point manually if you don't want your Pokemon to die. You don't really get free switches other than like the way we do with Speedy, for example. Honestly, we might switch Tummy out, but the thing is, it's like, Then this is still our only dark type counter. Do we want more? I mean, dark is kind of not that big of a deal. It's only strong against craft. Everyone else is just neutral. So it's not like necessarily a weakness. It's just something we can't fight as well. But we don't have any psychic types or ghosts, so well, craft's a ghost. Our main weakness is fighting generally, and Floor just does deal with that, which is nice. What other weaknesses do we have? Ground is fine. We have 2 things that deal with ground. We do have a lot that's weak to ground, actually, currently. Craft, Parfait, and Tummy all weak to ground. But Pip and Raisin resists. Pip immune. Speedy. I mean, Speedy, again, mostly does not come into play in our team comp evaluations, because Speedy is mostly just serving as a substitute and just breaking swipes. I mean, I say that. Obviously, Speedy can do some damage as long as he's in a situation where a controlled situation, right? Nothing that's going to be super effective, then we're pretty good to go. And especially things that he resists, like, you know, fire, water, electric, grass, we can actually kind of just leave him in and get breaking swipes in and bites in, and he might even get kills and then just U-turn out when we're concerned, or, I mean, shed tail out if we're concerned and he's low health, we can just U-turn out. But high enough, we can just shed tail out and give a free sub. I mean, the situations where we use Tummy seem to be much harder to come by. The Assault Vest actually helps a lot, now that I look at it. With Assault Vest, Tummy's defense is still not as much as Bluebell. But it's chunky. It goes up to what? 102-ish? Goes up by 38. So 104. 114, 38, 114. Which is greater than most of them, but not as much as Raisin. It would not be as much as Bluebell. I mean, Bluebell has also got a negative nature and is lower level. I think Florges actually has like one of the highest special defenses in the game, like non-legendary, non-legendary, non-mythical and such. So it makes sense. It does seem safer. Am I trying to play safe, though? We've already lost 1 Pomot. Do we care if we lose another? Or maybe that's why we should try not to lose another. Haven't the Pomot Pommy siblings already gone through enough? Alright, you're actually spec'd, though, so let's separate you a little bit so I can keep track that I've given you stuff. That's good. Alright. I think that's fine. We don't really lose out. What are we losing? So, electric is good against flying and water, right? Which we have water covered with Raisin. We have flying covered with Parfait. I mean, having a second one is not bad. But we at least have it covered. And then fighting is good against, of course, dark, rock, steel, ice, and normal. So we don't really have anything to hit normal types anymore, which, I mean, to be honest, doesn't really matter. Fighting a normal type with our fighting type is where we where Barry died, right? We just throw Pip out against normal types, right? To resist the steel and then just fight, because everything is neutral against normal. And so we just use Pip, who resists, or a Parfait who resists as well. Because then we're still doing neutral damage, but we're not taking normal damage. It's like, rather than doing super effective damage and taking neutral damage. Alright, normal, and then steel we have covered now with Parfait, but also very much so with Craft. Rock we have covered very much with Pip and Raisin. Twice covered. Ice we have twice covered with Pip and Craft. It's kind of interesting. Like, the super effective types of fighting kind of overlap a lot with Steel and Rock in, like, weird ways. And, and actually, Fire, now that I think about it, right? Because each of them has 2. Fire is Ice and Steel. Steel is Rock and, Ice. Rock is, Ice And, oh no, rock doesn't have another one. Okay, but that's it. That's normal, ice, rock, steel. Oh, and then dark, which Bluebell still covers now. Yeah, okay. I mean, we're not losing any coverage, basically. Or we're not really missing out on much. Like, we had other things we were using for most of the types anyway. So this at least gets us something that can hit dragons, which actually is important, right? And it gets us more options against fighting, which is good. Actually, this is now what we use for fighting, because resists and does super effective damage. Okay, let's check the moveset then. I think that's a good... Team comp-wise, it's a good switch. I mean, arguably, if we wanted to use new Pokemon, we could be using Palma. But we've had one of the Palmy quadruplets, Palmy siblings now in our party the whole time. I think it's okay to let him take a break. Let Tummy take another break. We do need to go to the Pokemon Center and heal up before we do other stuff, though. I do kind of want to level up Bluebell a little bit. So let's see what the moveset looks like. Solar Beam, Petal Dance. Ooh, lots of good stuff here. I mean, a special attack. We need to get another mint, to be honest. Because I don't want to have... I mean, certainly we can just have an attack reduction mint is what we want, regardless of whatever it is. Probably buff... I don't know. Special defense technically is where we get the most value because it's the highest to begin with. So we would just have a, like, unbreakable special defense. Now, on the other hand, you know, there's value in buffing defense so we don't get randomly hit by a physical attack we're not expecting. And buffing special attack is always good if we're going to be attacking with her. But I think the special attack is maybe high enough that it doesn't matter, although that's boosted to get to 123. So and that's kind of a good number to be at, I think. It's around the range the other ones are at, so I could definitely see just going modest. But we definitely don't want to be reducing special defense. There's no point to that, for sure. Okay. If we had Sun, that'd be nice. Petal Dance is interesting, but it's dangerous in a Nuzlocke. Locking yourself out of switching is dangerous. I mean, Synthesis is not bad, but again, better in Sun. Wish is nifty. It's a heal, it's just delayed. But that means you can heal switch-ins, or you can just use it to heal yourself if you think you'll live another turn. You know, you could... In singles, you could just go Wish Protect, right? Like, that's basically a guaranteed heal. As long as you don't die on the turn you use Wish, it's basically just a recover. I mean, it's a recover, but if you have high health, it's also more on someone else if you switch in. Grass, not Magical Leaf. I mean, there's not really... I wish we had better options. we already have all the fairy moves, and then we just have a bunch of grass moves. Okay, we need to go check the TMs. That's the option here. Or that's the answer. I did. Oh, let's update what we've got listed here. So we've swapped out Parfait for Bluebell. At least we caught it as a Florges, although now it means I'll never catch the lower ones. But I don't have to catch it as something, I don't have to evolve it. Oh, items. If I go all in on on attacking moves, I can give it the Assault Vest, and that special defense would be unbreakable. Even to super effective things, we like, honestly, if it's a special attacker, you just leave it in. It like literally will not die. Like crits or anything don't matter, right? All right. I mean, most of this is not relevant, I think. I mean, Terra Blast could be fine. It's just a fairy type move after Terra, but normal type before. Sunny Day, yep, obviously. Chilling Water is interesting because it lowers attack, but it's obviously mostly utility for the attack reduction. Could be interesting to bolster the defenses. Can't learn any of those grass type moves. We got any good ones? Not really. Can't learn any of these. Wow, Florges' coverage is actually quite bad. Yeah, fairy type moves, of course. Or no, so this is psychic. Okay, Psychic type moves. Oh, we could get screens. It doesn't learn Reflect, only Light Screen. It's not a double screener. That's kind of funny. Man, we're already... Reflect is probably what we'd be wanting to use, because that, like, our special defense is already pretty hard to break. Let's kill Swab Trick. Learn Psychic, that's good. That's good coverage. I mean, what? It hits Fighting, which doesn't matter, but it also hits Poison, which is good. And it's just something to hit, what? Fire types, and, like I said, hits Poison, which is very helpful on a Fairy type, of course. I mean, if it's a Fairy type physical attacker, we probably don't leave him in, but against a special attacker, it's possible we just leave them in anyway. I don't think Florge is very fast, unfortunately, so we can't just use it, like, aggressively to kill them before they hit us. I mean, just for coverage sake, we probably do teach it. We already have Fighting covered, but hitting Poison's nice. And we still don't have Steel covered, which... unfortunate. But it also hits Fire. Fire, which we're not weak to, we just... is resisted by Fairy and Grass, as it were. Which is like the other type that Florges seems to get. Makes sense. It's kind of strange to me that the Florges line is not also a Grass type, right? Like, they always have the flowers, but... like, the explanation has something to do with them. They're not, the flowers, like, not part of the Pokemon. It's, like, something that you just, like. But, I mean, that can be said for a lot of Pokemon. Like, Tinkaton just carries the hammer around. I guess maybe it's got, like, metal bones or something. Deep down. Ooh, Calm Mind is nice. Except, again, our special defense is so high already. Like, are we really concerned? I mean, it's nice. It's a nice... you know, as much as I say it's so high already, things can still break it if they, like, Nasty Plot or whatever, or they lower special defense, right? There's still ways for them to get around it. So it is worth thinking about. Alright, very well. We do not need the terrains, I don't think. I mean, some of them are neat ideas, but setting them up manually is, I think not worth it. Let's make a Psychic, though. Psychic will be useful. It's good to have. Oh. Indeedee Fur, something we don't have. Well, we have one in our bag. Do I use it? Now it's a little bit more questionable. I mean, I think we might, to be honest. But maybe I'll think about it. After this raid, maybe we'll get more TMs. We'll see what we get. Hopefully something good. Seems unlikely, but possible. I mean, we're getting into the late raids, so, like, this is 4 out of 5 raids, so we should be getting to some good stuff. Flower Veil is, unfortunately, does nothing in singles. Does it even have another ability that it ever has? I actually don't know. Did we just get unlucky, or is that the only option? It's the only option. There's no luck to be had. Hidden ability, Symbiosis, though, which sounds like another doubles ability. I don't know, though. Can pass an item to an ally. Yep, another doubles ability. Florges is a doubles Pokemon, that's for sure. Kind of makes sense. I know a lot of Fairy types are like doubles Pokemon to some degree. Because a lot of them have very supporting moves. Okay, I mean, look, so... Moonblast certainly is very good, very strong. Disarming Voice, not good, not useful. Does emotional damage. It never misses, but I mean, whatever. So Misty Terrain is neat. I mean, it's mostly just blocks status, which isn't bad. And it boosts Fairy type damage, which is obviously nice. At least if we're using a Fairy type, which... I don't know, does it matter that much? Maybe not. Oh, it doesn't boost. I'm thinking of Psychic Terrain and Grass Terrain, right? Those boost. Yeah, damage. Yeah. Interesting. Does Electric Terrain boost electric damage? now I'm wondering. I know Grassy and Psychic do, because those are the ones that I use the most. Well, obviously we use Electric Terrain all the time with Arboliva, with Raisin. And Psychic Terrain just comes up a lot because of Indeedee, right? Electric Terrain boosts the power of Electric type, so it's just... I mean, Misty Terrain halves the power of Dragon type. But that seems like a weird... It's kind of funny. You would definitely think it would boost Fairy type attacks, like, it's kind of strange that it doesn't. So yeah, powers up Grass type moves. Either way, I mean, we don't really need terrains. We already have Grassy terrain set by Arboliva, sort of, by Raisin. Solar Beam's so slow without Sun. I mean, I could have... do I set Sunny Day? It seems questionable. Safeguard. I mean, Wish is nice recovery, okay? So I could see using that. Petal Dance is scary. But I don't know. It's increasingly seeming like it might be what we have to go with for another coverage option. Or just Magical Leaf or Grass Knot. I don't know. It's probably not worth it. Now the question is, do we take Synthesis or do we take Wish? Wish can heal allies, which is big, and it's without Sun. Wish is stronger. Well, it's just the same because they both heal half, right? Without Sun, with Sun, Synthesis heals 2/3. It used to heal full, but now it's 2/3, right? Or no, maybe it was half during the Sun before. I can never remember. They changed it at one point. But I think it's half now and then 2/3 or 1/3 if you're 2/3 or no 1/4, depending on the weather. So the big difference then, of course, is that Synthesis could be worse if the weather's bad, which doesn't really happen that much in story mode. Could be good if the sun is up. Doesn't happen much, although we could force it. Probably not worth it, though, for the extra healing. Wish can heal teammates, which is nice, and has more PP, which is also nice. It's unlikely that the PP restriction will come into play. I'll take Wish. Being able to heal a teammate is nice. Because, here, imagine, like, we Wish onto Speedy, then we can get another substitute off to rotate into someone else, or just, like, to heal it up so that when it switches in. Definitely want Moonblast. We don't need Disarming Voice. Don't need the terrains either. I mean, we definitely don't need... I mean, Misty Terrain gets rid of... or blocks status moves, which sure is kind of neat, but not really relevant, probably. Let's use a TM. Let's get that Psychic. I can't imagine needing another Psychic. It's probably fine. Could also go with Light Screen. We have 3 Light Screens. I mean, that's honestly possibly an option. The Grass type attacks that we have access to are not that helpful, and Grass does not hit anything that Fairy doesn't hit, right? We'd rather just be using Moonblast in the first place, unless it's Steel, Fire, or Poison, all of which resist Grass. So Grass is not helpful. Stored Power. We already have Psychic, but it's too bad we don't get double screens. We only get Light Screen here. I'm curious. I should check what can learn Reflect. I don't know that I would put it, but like, we could also use learn Substitute. Substitute Wish is not bad. I mean, that's a combo too, right? You substitute and then you wish back up, or other way around. You use Wish and then you substitute the next turn, cut your health in half, or cut off half your health, gain it back instantly, and now you have a substitute set up. And if you're especially defending, if you're against something that's going to hit special attack, they probably don't even break the sub. I kind of like that, actually. Terra Blast is just Fairy type. We can't change Terra types very easily, so... You know what? I think I like that. I think I like this plan. Yeah, let's rearrange. There we go. Easy. Alright, now do I want to go buy a mint? Kind of. I mean, in some sense, it's probably ideal to actually train up a little bit first before we burn a mint. But on the other hand, counterpoint, let's buy a mint. So what do I want to buff, though? Like, defense is sort of a weak point, which would be nice to augment. Man, this is, I'm thinking, though, this is one of those situations where I'm tempting to just throw the HP EV band on. I don't know, I might actually do that. Because buffing the HP EVs on Bluebell would actually be pretty nice. Since Wish is dependent on the user's HP, right? So it would be more than a half health heal on a lot of the other Pokemon if her health is high enough. Okay, it's currently lower than a lot, but that's because she has no EVs in it, and also she's a few levels lower. And our Pokemon are pretty bulky. Like if we throw a whatever it is, whichever one that HP EV item is on here, we almost certainly will max out HP EVs before anything else is hit, and that gets us an extra, well, at level 100 it's an extra 64, right, or 63 points of HP. So imagine like stacking 63 points of HP even at the level we're currently at, which is like level 50. It's an extra 30, well, about 30 extra points. So imagine if we were at 30 extra points, we would be like as beefy as anything here at this point. Right, I mean, the thing is, it's too late for power items for a lot of these Pokemon. They're already probably maxed out or high enough that it's not, well, I don't know, that might not be true. Oh, the blue means they're done. Craft is done. The others are not done, although some of them are close. Oh, actually, Speed's got a ways to go too. Maybe we should get these go by the power items. Now that the more I think about it, because like just throwing them on early is helpful. Although then we can't use the held items, right? That being said, if they're not in the front, it doesn't really matter because they get the EVs. That gets the value regardless. Ooh, it's tempting to just throw that on there. Maybe I need to go do that. How much money do I have? Is there a Delibird here? No. Gotta go somewhere else. I know there's one here. Not here. Lavincha. Lavincha has everything. Mesagoza is like gigantic, but actually Lavincha has a store, I think, that has stores that Mesagoza does not. There's some stores here and there that are not at other places. But like, Lavincha has the grocery store and some of the fashion stores, I think, that are not in Mesagoza. I mean, Mesagoza, I guess, is supposed to be like the starting place, so it's sort of maybe on purpose. I could spend all my money. I mean, to be honest, they're not that expensive, but like considering that in the past you needed to buy them with battle points, like you literally couldn't buy them until post game, and you had to grind for them too. It wasn't just money. Obviously, I'd like more than one of all of them, so I could have multiple, but that seems like too much. That seems like not a good use of my money. Maybe I'll just buy one of the ones that are relevant. See, they don't even need to be in the battle to get benefit from this either, which is like kind of that, it like negates the issue of not having a held item, right, if they don't have to be in a battle. Alright, what am I going to want to be buffing? A lot of the, okay, Craft is already maxed out. The only ones we regret really are the attack ones, right? Like any defenses and HP and even speed to some degree are not bad. Okay, Speedy, we probably do want to just keep buffing Speed, right? And the other is just... It's tempting to just buy one of each. Then I'm really running out of money. Although, what else? I already bought all the held items I need, basically. I don't really have any other money that I need to be spending. I need to buy a mint, which will cost another 20,000. I have enough for one of each. I could just buy one of each. Maybe I just do it. No looking back. No regrets. I have LP, too, to spend if I need to. Alright, we'll do it. Whatever. Now, the speed reduction is a concern if they're not in the front. So that's something to keep in mind. Let me check their summary. So, see, look at those fresh no EVs. Admittedly, Speedy's been getting EVs we want. Attack, HP, and speed. Would be nice to get more special defense and defense EVs, and the special attack is obviously useless, but oh well. Man, we fought a lot of attack stuff in general. Ooh, it's not great for Craft. Craft got a lot of EVs he does not care about, unfortunately. Obviously, it's fine here. Bad here, too. They all look kind of similar, which makes sense because we fought the same stuff with all of them, obviously. Because at least as long as they've been on the team. What if I fought so much of that was attack? That's crazy. I guess it's just the distribution of Pokemon we've been grinding on, or the trainers and stuff. Okay. Craft already blew. These two are about to be full. Like, look at the difference here. It's almost nothing. Honestly, I think Raisins maxed out on attack EVs, which is so sad. Imagine having like 30 less, or like 20 less attack here. 20 something. Because it's already reducing the attack from that. But like, and having that all be in special attack. Imagine having, or in special defense, right? Like, oh, it would be so nice. This is why EV training is so important for like competitive stuff, because it like makes such a big difference. But you don't ever think about it until you're like actually trying to play those things. But now, you know, now that once you know about it and have compared, it's so hard to not think about it. But obviously for playthrough, you can't, right? You can't really worry about it. And same with like a Nuzlocke, you can't really worry that much about it. But now that the power items are available from the get-go, you actually kind of can. You can just throw them on right at the beginning and you'll get the EVs you want. Like right here, this adds 8 EVs per battle, when normally you get 1 EV or 2 EVs for each Pokemon you fight. This adds 8 in the specific stat. That means you're like guaranteed to max out the stat you're on, because you'll finish it before the other ones are filled in any way. You can even fill out the other one almost entirely. You can like pick 2 stats and just like max them out if you're paying attention. Okay, so these 2 are the most relevant, because I think the other 3 are gonna be full soon. Pip has some space. Pip's EVs are going kind of where we want them. I mean, more defense would be good. We probably want to put defense for... Okay, so we want health here, speed here, defense here. Either special defense or special attack. Probably special defense. They also kind of want defense here, because... Or maybe we just keep bolstering Pip's special defense, just to get it a little bit more in line. I only have 1 of each, so I can only do so much, you know. Alright, I think I got it. Let's give this to you. Give this to you. Alright, we're gonna be down on items. Who am I sending into this fairy raid? Pip. Okay, Pip's gonna be slower, but I mean, other than Speedy, so Speedy's speed being halved here is kind of rough, but everyone else is already pretty slow, so their speed being halved is kind of... Probably doesn't make that much of a difference. Okay, I want defense on you. I want special attack. It gives me the option to use these items that don't do anything. On you. And special defense on you. And admittedly, this is the kind of thing you need to have equipped as early as you can. Obviously, like I said, I could have done it at the beginning of the game. In retrospect, if I really wanted to be good about it, I should have. But oh well, it's okay. To be honest, at the end of the day, I don't think it'll really matter because, like, I don't expect that we're that liable to have it come up or have it be an issue at the end of the day. But when they give you the options, it's hard to turn them down, you know? Let's buy our 1 mint that we can afford. I think I was saying I probably just want a modest mint, right? I want to boost special attack here and not decrease special defense. I think our special defense is beefy enough that we don't need to bolster it further. Of course, like I said, like I've been saying, you get the most value out of having your nature boost the stat you're highest in. Just on a numbers level, right? Because it's 10% of whatever the number is. But when it's high enough, it's you kind of lose. There's less of a purpose in boosting it when it's super high, so you get more raw numbers value, but the percentage difference it makes is smaller. Oh no, percentage difference is 10%, but rather there's like diminishing returns on going up by that amount. Like if something's not gonna kill you, if it's gonna do like 1/8 of your health and it does 1/10 instead, it's like, okay, was that consequential in any way? No, because like it's not gonna end before the fight, and then you can just heal after the fight. So it's like, it's not gonna kill you in either way, whether it's doing 1/8 of your health or 1/10, especially when you have things like Wish, right? And plus, we can put EVs into special attack once Raisin's done with the lens. And at that point, special attack could eventually get high enough that it's comparable. Get the boost, the 10%. Yeah, modest is the way to go, I think. Because getting higher special attack is always going to be helpful as long as we're bulky enough to not die, then you mostly just want attack beyond that, right? All right, modest mint. All right, there's all our money. We're out of money. Hope we don't need to buy anything anytime soon. Our giant, enormous shopping spree has concluded because there's no more to be bought. This is not the one. Wait, where are the mints? Oh, it's right there. I just went right by it. Now look at this special defense. 158. Very nice. Okay. Okay, let's go fight these trainers. Oh man. I need Speedy to get this speed maxed out as soon as possible, because I actually can't send him in the front for the time being because his speed is halved by the power anklet. So we can't get a shed tail off safely for sure, because obviously that's the safest if you're going first. If you're not going first and you get hit to below half health, you just fail and then you have to hard switch, because you're going to die on the next turn. So going first is actually crucial for things like that. Oh, a Chansey. That's a health EV as well. As well as huge XP. Special defense is kind of high, though. Let's... Oh, Pip's already in the front. Wait, who do I want to be leveling? Physical attacker... Yeah, well, Pip is who we're going to be fighting this with anyway, so... Ready to die, Chansey? Prepare to die. Pow! That wasn't off guard. It was asleep, and it was behind and from the back. Not that it's going to matter, but... 5 HP double edge. Oh no. Oh, didn't kill. Look at that big health pool. Man, this halved speed though. I was like, man, this thing is a fast Chansey, and I realized, oh duh, our speed isn't half. is cut in half. We're gonna be slower than everything for the time being. Even just like random slow wild Pokemon. Ooh, I like Brave Bird, even if it is scary. It is kind of scary. Like if we Brave Birded there on that Chansey, we would have lost like 2/3 of our health by the end if we had killed with it. Because Chansey's health is gigantic. It does hit hard, though. As long as we're not dying, it's safe. Recoil moves are so much scarier in a Nuzlocke. Maybe I just play it safe. It's so tempting because it's so good, so strong. But this is not just the. I wonder if it's even visible. This is not just like PvP where things can die. No, it's not visible. But there we go. We got like 9 or 10 EVs probably, healthy EVs there on Florges, and then a bunch on everyone else. Alright, let's fight. Ugly piles of junk. Artist's eyes are so swirly. Psychic type. We might even be slower than this Gothitelle, which is kind of wild because Gothitelle is extremely slow. But it's a very real possibility that we'll be slower than a Gothitelle here. Yep. These power items are crazy. Halved speed is something. Does Power Trip kill here now? As a 60 base power move with 1 attack boost. Hypnosis, no! Dodged! More like Hypno Miss. Oh, it doesn't quite kill. I wasn't sure. I didn't think it would, but I was hoping. That does nothing. Did more than I thought, but still not much. Ooh, special defense drop. Couldn't have got the crit a turn before. How much money you give me? I just want a giant shopping spree. I need your money. 4,400. I mean, hey, that's a start. I was at like nothing. Okay, I've now spent an hour just running around doing team development. Even though I started literally at this Pokemon Center, preparing to fight, or like mentally preparing to fight this fairy Team Star, and yeah, I still haven't done it. It's just so hard not to get caught up in like the numbers and the team moveset building and stuff like that. Like, I love that stuff. That's also, to be honest, that's what I've been doing a lot of in my free, like, for my, oh, I did not really mean to walk up here. Well, I guess we're doing this fight. That's what I've been doing a lot of in my free time, because like that's, now that I've like finished the game, that's like what I'm gearing up towards, is like building competitive teams, or like, you know, on ranked teams. So I've been doing lots of that stuff. EV spreads and move sets and team building and all that. I love that stuff. That stuff's so fun. Actually grinding it out to make them is, I don't hate it. It's also way easier now than it's ever been, but that's maybe less interesting. But like the theoretical coming up with it is always fun. I will return later when it is time for the young master's piano lesson. Until then, please give him my regards. Yes, Mr. Harrington. And who might you be, young man? A friend of the young master, perhaps? Hello. How are you? I hope you're having a good day. Young master? Ah, I see. Since you seem unaware, I must inform you that this is the base of Team Star's Fairy Crew, the Rukba Squad, led by young Master Ortega. Mr. Harrington, I don't think we're supposed to be giving out that information. I'm good, just writing. How about you? I'm doing good. Playing Pokemon is always fun. And, you know, just, trying to get my team ready to go for this raid. Not that I'm that concerned, but I was talking about how I always get caught up in the numbers. It's just, I love just like thinking about numbers and trying to just make, like set up the team as well as possible, even though it's probably kind of overkill. I'm really not that concerned. No? Then please accept my apologies. Do you have any idea as to who this young man might be? He's no friend of ours. You know, I think he might be here to try and take us on. Oh, Understood. In that case, I take it you're an adversary of the young master? I guess that follows? Is that so? Well, then that leaves me with one last thing to ask you. Huh? Would you be so kind as to indulge me in a quick battle? I mean, I was gonna go fight other trainers here first, but we'll do it. Splendid, then let us begin. Pokemon Trainer Harrington. Morgrim. I mean, what are the levels looking like? Gonna be okay. Oh yeah, we're fine. Steel Wind will just kill here, probably. We're so slow because these power weights. Oh, flinch. That's not great. We're still fine, though. Why must his first name be a last name? I mean, I think it is a last name. But they just say Pokemon Trainer Harrington because that's the name, his name. They don't call him Mr. Harrington or something. Because the NPC was calling him Mr. Harrington, right? Ooh, Hatchram. Alright, is there a move here we can be concerned about? We're actually less concerned now, because we resist both Fairy and Psychic now. Dark was neutrally effective, which is why I was still hitting. I think we're okay. That should be okay. We should be okay. Yeah, no problem. This might even kill. No. Oh, Hatchram's just a Psychic type. I forgot it doesn't become Fairy until it's a Hatterene. I always forget. Especially because Morgrim is already a Dark Fairy type. I mean, Impidimp to begin with is a Dark Fairy. So I always think Hatena is a Psychic Fairy to start with because they're like counterparts. I forgot, it just starts out as just Psychic. So in that case, we Drill Peck here, and that probably kills. Actually, well, Power Trip's not going to kill if we don't Hone Claws first, because it's just so low. But Drill Peck probably kills based on the numbers. Got another Psychic in store? Okay. Oh man, these weights are so... They take us so much slower. It is actually kind of astonishing, because we definitely should be... Even though, I mean... Pip's not that fast, but she should be outspeeding those Pokemon for sure. I mean, Hatchram is slow. Like, we should be outspeeding a Hatchram. An outstanding performance. However, be aware that young Master Ortega's battle prowess far surpasses my paltry skills. You would do well to take care. Now, if you'll excuse me. Hasta la vista. So cheesy. That gentlemanly guy used to be the director of the academy, I think. At least that's what I heard. Now he's, like, tutoring the boss or something. He shows up here sometimes to take the boss to his lessons. Hang on, why am I explaining this to you? There's no doubting you're here to make trouble, so I gotta go let everyone know. Hasta la vista. What kind of writing you doing? Just, like, personal writing or like writing for school or something? I see the guard has been dealt with. Good job. That base belongs to Team Star's Fairy Crew, the Rook Boss Squad. Their boss, Ortega, is the mechanic of the team. Personal, I guess? I write books. Oh, okay, but like... I guess, well, yeah, I don't know. I see, so, but like... I guess that's sort of personal, but I guess if it's your job, then then I guess that's that. I just kind of instinctively assumed it was like it was either school or someone of school age. Well, I mean, I guess you could be a school age still writing for as like a job. I don't know. That just didn't occur to me. Their boss, Ortega, is the mechanic of the team. He may be the youngest of the bosses, but his battle skills are no joke. Underestimate him, and things will go south for you quickly. He's also a real lead-from-the-back type. He gets his grunts to do all the dirty work for him. But his weak point is his short fuse. Get him good and angry, and he'll march out to the front lines. So like I've suggested for the past 3, you know, just get in there and start beating him up. Doesn't matter what the boss is like. That's my suggestion, no matter what. He'll march out to the front lines to deal with you himself. In terms of tactics, there's nothing else for it but to take down all the lackeys he sends your way. Just tough it out until Ortega shows up and go from there. Ring the bell on the gates once you're ready to kick off this phase of the operation. Time to wipe the Root Boss squad off the map. Let's see. The power items, the power weights increase. They give you 8 EVs per battle or per Pokemon. So it'll take what? 32 battles to max out the stat, right? Because it's 252. So after 32 Pokemon, we'll have to check. I think we're up to 3 now. Well, some of them are going to get maxed out quicker because some of them were already starting out. But like for Bluebell, it'll be after 32, the health will be maxed out. And that's when we're going to have to switch it, probably to special attack. Let's go see if there's any other random trainers to fight over here first before we jump on into the good old Terra Raid here. I think our levels will be fine by the end. I was thinking we were like kind of... Actually, we're like basically at level now, but... do kind of need to level Bluebell up a little. Let's see how this looks. If it's too rough, we can switch, but... if it's a special attacker, we should be okay, honestly. Florges' special defense is so high. Maybe working at the Pokemon Center near here would be more of a more fun job. I don't usually read that. I don't know why I started reading it. Medicham. That should be fine. Moonblast should just kill. We're gonna take a hit. Power Trick. Interesting. I don't know what Medicham's stats look like, so I don't know how that helped, or if that's good or bad. They're dead now. Certainly wasn't enough if it was meant to help. Look at all these Hoppips. Four-star Steel Terra Muck. Interesting. Oh yeah, this is the fixed Sylveon spawn. Oh, you're scary. Black Box. Ooh, a Lonely Mint. Attack up, defense down. You almost never want a nature that reduces your defense. Like... the only natures that you ever really play are the attack or special attack natures. That's obviously the most common. And then speed natures if you have a relevant strategy, right? Like Trick Room. But even other than that, you don't really want those either. But those at least have a use case. But like attack and special attack are by far the most common. And there's like no reason ever to decrease defense and special defense. Unless you've got some really weird gimmick in store. Alright, I might need to switch here just because it'll probably have Double Edge, which I don't think Bluebell's that concerned by. But, I mean, like, for example, Parfait is definitely not concerned by that. Whatever attacks it has will be physical. Unless it has Seismic Toss or something. I don't think it learns Seismic Toss naturally, though. I think that's off a TM or something. And even then, it would just be a fixed, whatever, 40-something damage. Salt Cure is actually nice here, given that its health is, Oh, thanks for the heal! Thanks for the heal pulse. Given that its health pool is so high. Oh, it also just obliterates it because its defenses are... its physical defense is low. So actually, yeah, Chansey does have, like, 5 physical defense base. So its physical defense extremely low to begin with. But I didn't really expect a Salt Cure, of all things, to kill without the damage over time. That's right, this beach is full of ice cubes. If I wanted an ice cube, I could have just run all the way over here. Could also keep beating up these chances for more HP EVs. HP is always a good stat to get EVs in, I think, basically no matter what. So that's a good thing to fight in the wild, because everyone gets them. Like, you attack and special attack EVs, you don't really want to get on everybody, you just want them on the specific ones. But HP and defenses are always good. But of course, you know, HP you get a little bit more value out of, since all attacks will hit HP versus only certain attacks hit special or physical defense respect. Like, they only hit one at a time. I mean, that being said, it's still good to have both. Right, well now we know that Salt Cure will just kill you. Ooh, light screen. That's not gonna help you. Goodbye. This ain't a special move incoming. Time to die. Oh. Wow, they had very different IVs. The IVs were dramatically made a big difference there. Which, again, I guess makes sense, because the IV is just a raw, it just changes the absolute value. Like, it changes numbers not proportionally. It's just like actually just an additional amount of numbers the higher your IV is. And as I mentioned, the base stat for Chansey of defense is 5. So if it had 0 IVs versus even just like 5 IVs doubles its physical defense, right? From 0. More or less. I mean, okay, it's a little bit, it's not exactly how it works. It's because you have to bake in the level too. And so it's not, that's not quite, what I said is not quite right. It doesn't just double, but you can imagine adding 5 points of IV makes a bigger difference on something that has 5 to be in 5 base stat IVs. I wonder if I can see the spike starting to form yet. Oh wow. So, okay, there you go. You can see how quickly it's spiking up, right? By having the power item. Actually, this other one should be spiking too. Look at the speed spike. And this is, look at the special defense spiking. It's great. Oh, you're maxed now. You're just straight up maxed already. So are you. I can take them off, both of you. Wow, they were both almost completely maxed. So did we get, how much value did I get out of that? A little, because I gave defense here, and you can see the difference, right? Before they were almost exactly the same in all their EVs, but now the defense went up a lot for, Parfait. And the special attack, you can see, went up slightly for Raisin. Although I think Raisin only got a couple of points out of it because Raisin was actually very close to maxed already. Well, let's take those off then. But, like, look at that speed spike. Look at the HP spike. So, Florges is going to be our most optimized EV build because we have all of the time in the world. We basically, from 0, have the ability to cultivate the EVs. Okay, let's, get real items back on those two. That was faster than I thought for those two. I mean, I kind of knew they were almost full, but it still surprised me somehow. Okay, what did they have? I can't even remember anymore. Oh, leftovers. Leftovers on Raisin for sure. Makes her live basically forever. I don't remember who I had leftovers on otherwise. I kind of feel like it was Speedy. No, that can't be right. But I definitely should put leftovers on Parfait. Now that I look at it. I can use the Lucky Egg once we're done with the EVs as well. If I need to increase level. Okay, because I'm trying to remember now what else I had on people. Okay, Sharp Beak is what I think I had on Pip, which is not really... Or no, did I have leftovers on Pip as well? I need to buy more leftovers. Just stacking leftovers is probably the way we want to go. Or did I have a... No, I got rid of the Miracle Seeds, because the leftovers is more valuable, I think. But what else was I using? Oh, Clear Amulet was one. I was definitely using. There it is. Oh, and Covert Cloak. Oh, I think I did have Covert Cloak on... now that I think about it, I think I had Covert Cloak on... Parfait. Because then she won't have anything affecting her. Because she won't get secondary effects. Or rather, she won't be able to get any status conditions. because she can't have status conditions directly applied, and then she cannot have them secondarily applied either. And she already has recover, actually. That was why I didn't think of the leftovers was necessary. Although, I mean, Raisin already has the grassy terrain, and theoretically I could apply other healing moves, which would render the leftovers unnecessary too, but they're probably fine on Raisin. I mean, they're fine on both of them, to be honest, but I can definitely see the reason for the covert cloak here, and I think I will do that, actually, again, now that I think about it. We definitely want a leftovers on... We're definitely going to want a leftovers on Bluebell if we're using Substitute. Because then we just heal back off substitutes. Like, that's definitely something we want to have happening. I think I'd clear Amulet on Speedy too, so that he couldn't get, like, speed reduced or whatever at the start. Although, I don't know how important that is necessarily. Having this no stat reduction probably doesn't matter that much. In any case, that's fine for now. Once the others are maxed out on EVs, then we'll figure it out from there. But I want to apply, what did I have? Defense and special attack. That's fine. The others are, I still have what I want equipped to the others. I wonder if I can grab this item from this side. I know I can't go inside. Oh, that counts. You're kicking me out? Okay, fine. Oh, boy. Yeah, we have to ring the bell like a respectful person. Well, apparently that counts as inside the base. Hi. Let's go villain. That's a special attacker, I think, mostly. Just gonna have fire and grass type moves. That being said, also, Substitute only takes a quarter of your health. I don't know why I said half. I was thinking of Shed Tail, which is half. You know what? Oh, Seed Bomb. Uh-oh. Okay. That's a little sketchy. We're gonna have to hard switch soon. It'll survive the first hit, so we can get one hit in here before we switch. Because we don't want to. We'll lose the substitute if we switch here. Hopefully, as long as it doesn't have a sound-based move, which of course that would have been scary. The substitute fades. Hey, thanks for following, by the way. Hope your writing is going well. It doesn't do much. It's okay. We're just gonna hard switch. So it's Seed Bomb, huh? And Zen Headbutt, huh? I don't know. I thought it was a special attack. I mean, okay, it might be a special attack. I think it's actually mixed now that I think about it. I think the stats are pretty even. It's often just a mixed attacker, but the stronger moves that it gets, a lot of them are special attacks. And to be honest, the AI builds are questionable at best. Okay, the scary thing is, it has a super effective move for both of our physically tanky Pokemon. Craft at least resists everything, so that's probably what we go with. Even though his physical defense is not that much higher. But he resists everything. Goes for what, a Seed Bomb here? Doesn't resist Psychic, I guess, actually. Okay, does almost nothing. So beefy. It's not getting stab, I guess. Like, it gets stab on Seed Bomb, but it doesn't get stab on Zen Headbutt. So it's certainly much less scary. Torch Song is fine. Technically, Shadow Ball is better than actually, but I think it'll kill either way, so. Actually, since it has a second Pokemon, Torch Song was the correct move since I figured it would kill regardless. So if they have a second Pokemon, yeah, now it's better that we went for Torch Song because we buff our special attack now into the Hatterene, who will definitely be going before, so we can just blow him up with a Stab Shadow Ball here. Alright, that's that. Hatterene's not surviving this. Goodbye. Okay, well, I think that's most. There's like, is there like one more? There's the strong trainer over there. There must be at least like one more though, right? The challenge for this area is what, 4? I already forgot. And I think we fought 3. I mean, I guess it could. Oh, there's the 4th. Okay, but I should technically go back and heal. But I think I'll just go for a hard switch. As long as they don't have something with Shadow Tag or Arena Trap, we're fine. Watch them have a Dugtrio or something. Or a Goth. Oh, actually, there was the Gothitelle. That has Shadow Tag. But we had something that was strong against it to begin with. Grimmsnarl. Okay. That's a special attacker, right? I don't know. I should know. Most of the builds use special attacks, like, for at least when they do attack. To be honest, the best Grimmsnarl builds are Prankster support builds, so it doesn't really attack that much to begin with. Either way, Pip here is probably the safest, or Raisin. Raisin, if it's special attacking, Raisin's our better choice here. I mean, Pip resists a Fairy-type move, but Dark Bluebell actually resists Dark. If the AI is the smart AI, it won't go for Dark here. But I mean, we know full well that the AI makes plenty of, like, other than the gym leaders and Nimona and such, who make reasonable decisions, a lot of the random AI just makes... Nasty Plot's sketchy. Nasty Plot is sketchy. Giving them a setup turn was dangerous. It was sketchy. I think we're fine because of the level difference. Now the question is it faster? If they're faster, we go for Terrain Pulse, because that's definitely the right option. And if not, we go for Energy Ball. And actually, even if we're not, still is probably fine to Energy Ball. We are faster, so Energy Ball was the correct choice. Torment, okay. We're fine, we're faster. We should just, I think... Oh, Terrain Pulse doesn't kill here unless we get hit. If I Terra, does it kill? So as is, with Stab, this is doing 135 base power. Or like 135 after Stab. After Stab, this is doing 75. If I Terra to get adaptability, to get Super Stab, then it's 100. So that is still less, but it might be enough. I don't need to be holding Terra or anything. I'm honestly not concerned. I don't think it's nasty plotting, and we're especially... Our Raisin is pretty bulky, special bulky. So I don't think it has anything that'll kill us unless it randomly has Flamethrower or something. And even then we might be okay. I think Terrain Pulse kills here if I Terrastalize. Because we're normal Terra. If it didn't... I don't know, it would be rough, because we are tormented, so we can't Energy Ball again. Diamond Olive. See, after the terrain hits, this becomes 100 power to begin with, which is nice. Although I guess technically lose the super stab from Terra. It did kill though, as I roughly expected. Oh, you know what? Oh, no, never mind. It was slower. I was going to say, I wonder... Because it was actually still slower, even... even using status moves, which makes sense because I'm pretty sure Prankster is a... No, Prankster is one of its normal abilities, I think. So I was like, it could have had Prankster, and then it would have been going past her with status moves. I was like, why was it just using status moves? But it was also going slower anyway, right? Yeah. Yeah, it went... The Torment came after the attack. Alright, so let's go back and heal. I think we're basically... Yeah, we're well in shape to take on Ortega. How are Pip's EVs doing? Maxed out, okay. Did not take that much longer. Okay. I wonder what the max looks like. Speedy might be maxed out on speed soon. I might need to switch it soon. It's hard to tell exactly. We can switch Pip's item though. To what? Leftovers maybe? Leftovers always good. It's either leftovers or beak. I would kind of want a leftovers for Bluebell. Beak is probably not worth it because, I mean, we only have one move that's getting the bonus from it. The type boosting ones are neat, but in the end, there's much better options for a lot of Pokemon. I think eventually we'll just buy another... I think the answer is eventually to just buy a second, fourth leftovers. Because they're not that expensive and they're very valuable. Especially because our team is so bulky. Alright. I have been having some nice battles. Have I been having enough nice battles? Yes, I have. Ooh, Leaf Storm. Lowering our special attack is not ideal, but maybe worth it for coverage. Oh, but Grass doesn't cover anything that Moonblast doesn't. Never mind. I always forget. I keep forgetting that. Okay, we can switch. We can put Bluebell in the back, though, for the purposes of fighting this raid. And then we'll... Honestly, like I said, with Lucky Egg, we don't really need to have them in the front. Once we get the EVs up, we can just use Lucky Egg to level them up as needed, and then we're good to go. Okay, let's get Pip in the front. Craft resists, at least, so that's fine. And who do I want third? We don't have anything else that resists. Speedy, definitely not. Raisin would be fine. Parfait would be fine. It probably doesn't matter. I mean, this is just for the, literally just for the raid part, so it really doesn't matter. Okay, actually, it could matter depending on what the secondary typings are of the random Pokemon. Steel, probably, because there's probably Tinkatons, Grimmsnarls, Hatterines, or... Well, Hatchram is still Psychic. Which, in retrospect, it is kind of funny that Harrington had a Hatchram, because it's not actually a Fairy type yet. What else could there be? A bunch of pure Fairy types like Florges or Floette and Fido, which I don't know if they actually have. I don't remember exactly, but I expect Tinkatons or Tinkatuffs, which we still just obliterate with most of these. But we don't. That's a reason to not have Parfait in the front. Again, don't think it'll really matter. I think this part is always so simple and straightforward to begin with. It's really not a concern. But might as well at least make it as easy as possible. Let's make sure Pip's in the front, though, for the final battle. Because that's all that matters there. Yeah. Alright, we're good to go. Alright, let's jump on in. Take out a team star. Ooh, actually having a adding Florges will be helpful for when we go to the lake, too. We didn't have anything to deal with dragon, but now we do. Especially a water dragon. Although, actually, the Titan fight is mostly not dragon. Well, we'll see. That's spoilers, maybe. Code Red, Operation Starfall alert. Everyone get into position and defend the boss with all you got. And rest assured, intruder, we'll deal with you without the boss's help. Unless you manage to beat 30 of our Pokemon in 10 minutes, that is. Okay, it's always kind of funny how they like lay out the win condition, but this one is very funny because they're like, we will not succumb unless you manage to beat 30 of our Pokemon in the allotted time, which is 10 minutes. We have a timer ready and our tallies ready to count. Right. Let's see what we got. Oh, they do have Fidos. And Darkspun. I love Darkspun. Okay, I want to like Darkspun more, to be honest. I don't hate... I like Darkspun a lot. And I really love the concept of it being bred. And the ability to go with it is so nice. It's like so neat. It's such a cool ability. And has lots of like potential for how to use it, which I really think is cool. But it's just like I eventually found myself thinking the design was like, the design itself just looks like a dog. I mean, it is a dog made of bread. And I like how it goes from like half-baked to fully baked. I love that, right? As it evolves, and then that's the ability too. It's so perfect. But it's just like, the design itself is just a dog, which I mean, I love dogs. Dogs, as we've talked about plenty. I love dogs. But it's just like, I kept finding myself thinking, all right, hello dog. Like, it's like not, I don't know. It's weird because on the other hand, there is certainly a visual, it's not just a dog, right? Like it has like the braided like hala like back and such. But it's just, it's so particularly dog-like that it's hard for my brain to think of it as anything other than literally just a dog. Like, you could argue something like Tandemaus is just mice, or Flamigo is just a flamingo. I mean, Flamigo is basically just a flamingo. That's another one. But, like, Tandemaus, like, looks kind of weird and goofy, and, like, has, like, 4 of them, which is kind of interesting. Flamigo is pretty much just a flamingo. Like, it does have, like, a slight... Like, in the same way that Darkspun has the bread on its back, Flamigo has, like, the knot in its neck. It's like, okay, it's, like, still just looks like a flamingo. And Tandemaus like just looks like mice, but they look like cartoon mice, which is like actually kind of an interesting thing. They like don't look like real mice. They just they look like mascot mice. And then also it's like the group of them makes it kind of an interesting design too, because they like kind of move around and there's like 2 to 4 of them. Huh. So you're chamomile. Okay. Talk about underwhelming. I was expecting someone, I don't know, a little more beefed up. What? Look at you! Oh, you're not beefed up? Come on! Well, whatever. I don't care who you are. Not like I'm gonna lose to you anyway. If you think fairy types are all about cuteness... I can't remember the voice I was doing for him. I think I was doing some sort of posh accent at one point. I've forgotten. If you think fairy types are all about cuteness, you're in for a nasty surprise. But I love fairy types. That's one of my 2 favorite types because of the cuteness. Well, not just because of the cuteness, but the cuteness is part of it. Challenged by Ortega Team Star with his luxury balls. Look at those luxurious balls. Alright. Got an Azumarill up front. It's fine. I promise I'll play nice, so don't blame me when this battle sends you blubbering back home. Unfortunately, our Steel is not super effective against the Azumarill, but I guess that means we just Drill Peck, right? Do I double Hone Claws or do I Hone Claws to set up just in case? For if they have... There's nothing. Fairy type is not good. There's nothing where Fairy type is going to be helpful, more helpful than Steel Wing. But a Hone Claws lets me be sure we'll sweep, probably. It's always a little nerve-wracking. But I think it'll be okay. This also means we don't miss. Aqua Tails should be okay. Hit harder than I was hoping. Oopsie, did you just realize how outmatched you are? If you want to give up, now's the time. Oh, leftovers, I forgot. Thank you. That's good, actually. Because now, as long as we can get the kill before it hits too many times, Steel Wing should just sweep a lot of the others. +1 Steel Wing. Okay. The one Hone Claws was a good choice because it means now we're killing in 2 instead of killing in, it would have been, what, 3? We would have taken at least, okay, turn-wise that's a wash if it would have taken 3, which it would have, right? Because we would have done 2/3 of what we just did, which would have put us at 1/3 of the health bar, because we're at +1, which is a 50% boost. So actually it's a wash. Killing in 2 means that that the Hone Claws is a wash. Another one would still have taken an extra turn. But now we're more likely to sweep everything else, so in that sense it's good. I don't know, it's, you know, obviously we can't really compare and know if it wouldn't have killed these next Pokemon, but we'll find out. We'll find out if it kills now, at least. And if it takes 2 to kill here, then, again, certainly, then it does actually become 3. Okay, Darkspun. Darkspun's defense is actually very solid. I do, and similarly, Darkspun's cry is just a dog barking, which is so funny to me. I mean, I like it, but at the same time, it's like, it reinforces that mental part of my brain which goes, that's just a dog. Like, you can look at it, you can clearly see it's got more, it's made of bread, and it's not just a dog. But my brain can't help but think, that's just a dog. Alright, we're gonna Steel Wing. Ooh, okay, we're good. It might survive this. Yeah, oh, so close! Okay, that would have killed in 2, even without the Hone Claws. So we're still at a wash currently on turn count. We're still exactly where we would have been. Okay, however, the accuracy buff does help because Steel Wing is 90% accuracy, and now we're down an attack level. So we're at neutral. We're just at 0 on our attack stages, but we're up an accuracy stage, which does help because Steel Wing only has 90 accuracy. So that's actually very possible that it would have come into play, but we're now buffed on attack, and I think we're at 100, over 100. Because accuracy should be, we should be at 25% extra accuracy, which puts 90 over 100, puts 90 up to what, 115, 112.5, yeah. You know, what is it? That's 22.5, yeah, 112.5 accuracy, so we should be hitting for sure. I think it's multiplicative. There's other things that aren't multiplicative like that. No, I guess they are usually. Like Bright Powder is 0.9, and I think, because if I'm recalling, evasion and accuracy stages are starting with 3/3 and adjusting that. This is how you can remember it, by the way. So most of the stat stages, you start at 2/2. Buffing it up one stage increases it by the numerator, the top number, and reducing it increases the denominator. Well, okay. If it's above neutral, then you go 3/2, 50% extra. 4/2, double. 5/2, 150% extra, right? And if you get your attack decreased, then you're doing 2/3, so 2/3, and then 2/4, half. 2/5, and so on. And then it's the same idea for accuracy and evasion, except you start at 3/3, I believe. So the numerator and denominator are 3 instead. So up a stage in accuracy puts you at 4/3. Wait, that's 4/3, not. What was I thinking? I did 5/4. 4/3 is 33% buff. Sorry, I'm just rambling now instead of attacking. I can be rambling while I attack. Everything would have killed in 2. Uh-oh, Charmed. Harsh attack fell. Or harsh attack reduction. That's kind of a pain. Now we're at -2, so now we're at 50% damage. We will still kill. And I think we would have killed even if we hadn't Hone Claws still. But now it's a little bit of a concern for this last one. Our attack is quite low. I mean, so here's the Rev Room, the Starmobile. I think it'll have, what, Spin Out. What the heck? Why is my team on the ropes? That's totally not fair. So what's it gonna have? Spin Out, whatever the Fairy Torque is. Ooh, Misty. That does not boost special, that does not boost Fairy type attacks, as we have now learned. So, Craft will resist Fairy, and Steel for that matter. So that is a switch we can do safely if we need to, depending on how much the Steel Wing does or how much we take. I don't think Pip is in danger here, but it is a little bit scary. I mean, defense-wise, we should be okay. It should be attacking physically. Steel Roller should be okay. Yeah, it does nothing. And it breaks the terrain. Even with terrain, it did nothing. I think that does more damage if you have terrain up, right? Still did nothing. Is it going to Misty Terrain now? Is it going to alternate? Do I just switch here? It's only... Is it going to have a poison move? So Rev of Room is a poison steel type normally. The Starmobiles are just the type that matches. This one's just fairy type. But they still have similar moves. They usually have steel moves, right? They have Spin Out and Steel Roller. I think this one has Misty Terrain, and it'll have whatever the steel, Fairy Torque is. But that's none of that's effective against... But we don't have anything super effective either. This is our only super effective move, but we're at half damage. It's gonna be kind of slow. Maybe I start Honing Claws, because based on that, a Hone Claws actually makes, like 2 Hone Claws makes a pretty big difference here. Confuse me. Super effective, you did like 10% damage with that attack drop. Yeah, I know. We're at -2 attack, so we're at only 50% damage. Even, you're right, even if we hadn't been though, you can see we would have only done twice as much damage. It still would have taken a lot. I think these Starmobiles have boosted HP though. I think that's why. Because they're meant to be like the final thing. You know, they're supposed to be the ace. The equivalent of the terrestrialized ace, right? What did it even just use? Oh, Confuse Ray. I mean, I think I keep Honing Claws then. Right, because now 2 Hone Claws, we're back up to neutral. Each one does twice as much. So even though we took 2 turns to do it, after 2 attacks, we're back. We've done as much damage as we would have just spamming attacks. Okay, but now we hit ourselves, so that's not great. I mean, these leftovers are doing work for sure. Does it even have a move that hits us for anything? If it only has Fairy and Steel type moves, we're really not scared. We did more damage to ourselves than they're doing to us, right? Magical Torque. Yeah, look at that. It's doing nothing. All right, no confusion. That's good. So Confuse Ray. I don't know if these can have more than 4 moves. I think they still only have a full 4th moveset. So it has Confuse Ray, Mystical Torque, Steel Roller, and probably what? Spin Out? What was the other thing it used? It hasn't used anything else, right? Does it have Misty Terrain? Spin Out? Okay, we're at neutral now. The question is, do I want to keep buffing? I kind of, if I were really trying to be careful, I would have to do the math here real quick, or like on estimating. Because right now we're doing twice as much as we were before. So it'll take like, what, it's gonna take another like 5 hits to kill. If I buff our attack, that goes down to maybe 4 or 3. 5 turns probably, yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. So I think like 2 more Hone Claws is still worth it, because then that means we kill in 3. But I mean, I think it works out still, where Hone Claws is still, we're still gaining turns on this. I mean, the Confused Rays aren't helping. Okay, you know, I will admit, with the leftovers, you're only taking about 10 damage a turn without crits, right? And even a crit is still going to do so little, right? This isn't a situation where we're taking less damage because of defense buffs, right? Because crits ignore defense buffs and or attack reductions. So if that was our defense plan here, then we'd have to be worried about crits. But here, we're really not worried about crits, because even a crit will just do 50% more damage than the tiny amount it's doing to begin with. Like, that's really not scary. Honestly, there is a concern of hitting ourselves in Confusion, because Confusion damage is based on your own Pokemon's attack. It actually is a physical attack on yourself, which is why Swagger works, right? Because Swagger doubles your attack and then confuses you. So when you hit yourself twice as hard. So there is a reason to not keep buffing our own attack. So I think we actually just start attacking here. I don't want to hit myself for a million in Confusion. Okay, we got the Steel Wing. There, look at that. That's more like it. Okay, 2 more of those will kill. It looks like 2 more will kill. Thank goodness this thing literally only has Steel and Fairy type moves. It's doing nothing. It's doing like 0. Because I think the 10 damage I took that one time was because of the Confusion. Alright, I think the 1 more should kill here. I don't know, it's kind of close. It might not. It might leave it at like 1. We'll probably snap out here if we didn't already. Yeah, that did like 13 damage or whatever. We didn't snap out either. Alright, we got the kill anyway. Alright, no problem. Thank goodness we just completely walled its attacks. A, it was the only fairy in steel, and also is just only physical attacks. So Corviknight just goes, you're not doing damage to me today, sorry. Ugh, how could I lose? What the heck? Oh, come off it. About a year and a half ago. Oh, this kid. Ugh, what the heck? Your toy car didn't budge an inch, huh? Oh, no, that was Mela. Your toy car didn't budge an inch, huh? I told you, it's not a toy. It's called the Starmobile, and I was up all night building it. The problem's clearly that we're not given enough juice. You designed this thing to be powered by 2 Sharkadet, but it's just too heavy. That's such a shame. I wanted to see the looks on our bullies' faces once we got it moving. I'm sorry, I really thought it would work. Come, good fellow, 'tis no occasion for melancholy. Why, to make such a remarkable contraption by thine own hands, genius, thy name is Ortega. Yeah, well, there's no point if it doesn't work, is there? If I knew all that effort would have 0 payout, I'd have just asked Mother to buy a car for us. See, this is why people don't take you seriously. You say some stupid things, you know that? What? Mela, cool it, would ya? Yeah, how about no? I mean, we even put this in the code, for crying out loud. When we started Team Star, we swore to quit relying on our parents or bags of cash to fix our problems for us. Or did you forget? If that hunk of junk doesn't move, get it moving. If we're short on juice, just gotta crank up the power somehow. Doesn't take a genius, man. That's easy enough to say, Melly. Do you have an actual plan? Yep. I forgot about her walk cycle. Oh my goodness, it kills me every time. Oh my goodness, her freaking walk animation. The thing is, we'll see it eventually in the like pre-rendered cutscenes. She walks like a normal person, and the boots just bend like they just bend. But in these in-game cutscenes, you try walking to those pants. Well, the best part is it's not even the pants; they're boots. They're giant boots. I mean, okay, you know what? You're right. Maybe it is her pants. Maybe it's her super tight pants. That's a good point. But either way, it's funny because in the pre-rendered cutscene, she like walks pretty much just normally. Boots that are basically pants. Also, also true. But then in these, it looks so funny. It kills me every time. Yup, I'm gonna train up my Sharkadet and have them evolve. Their boosted firepower will get the Starmobile moving, no sweat. But the hour of Operation Star is nigh at hand. Will you succeed in time? Oh, I'll get it done. Melly, wait. You know, Mela shoots her mouth off an awful lot, but she means well. I know. Ugh, this sucks. This sucks. I hate myself for losing, but I also can't get over how awesome you were in that battle. It's so cheesy. That's a cheesy line. If any of us squad bosses are defeated, that means we have to step down. And going against our code would make me a traitor to the team. Gah, fine. Not like I have a choice anyway, so take the badge already. You'd better treat it with the respect it deserves. Handshake. I'm not done yet. Here's my favorite TM too. Feel free to marvel at how awesome it is. Dazzling Gleam, that's a good TM. That's a good move. Especially in doubles, because it's a spread attack. But even just in general, it's just a good special fairy type move. And just so you know, you are the worst. Like the most annoying person ever. But I get it. You're super strong. I'll admit that much. You even busted up my Starmobile. Young Master Ortega. Mr. Harrington. I guess it's time for my piano lesson, huh? As it happens, I just lost my boss title, so I'm all good to head on home. Ah, actually, a different matter brought me. There's somebody I would like you to meet. He's a distant acquaintance of mine. The name's Clive. I'll be honest, I kind of did old man voice for both of them, so here's what we are. Okay, what's your business here? I want you to tell me something. You're the son of a wealthy family and heir to a major apparel company, so why join a group like Team Star? What a question to ask someone you've just met. Well, my answer's the same as everyone else in the team. It's because I was being bullied. So the academy really did used to have an issue with bullying. Who would guess, right? The school is all rainbows and butterflies these days. And the bullies from back then don't even go to the academy anymore. Why? What happened to them? It is kind of an interesting storyline they have here. I have to admit, for once the Pokemon storyline was, they actually kind of like had details and like interesting plot points and like foreshadowing of some small things. Nothing crazy, but I mean something. As the former director of the academy, I believe I am best positioned to answer that question. Here, I'm gonna make Harrington even older man voice. Mr. Harrington. About 18 months ago, the members of Team Star confronted the students who used to bully them, and an altercation broke out between the groups. Though it did not escalate into a major incident, the altercation nonetheless caused a scandal of hitherto unknown proportions. As a result of what occurred that day, the students who had perpetrated the bullying dropped out of the academy one after another. But there aren't any records of that anywhere in the academy. No, I should imagine not. My former deputy deleted all records of the incident, you see. What? Why would anyone do that? Just as I was puzzling over how best to deal with Team Star in the aftermath of the incident, a certain student came to see me. The student declared that they would take all responsibility for the team's actions. In exchange, they requested that I exonerate the other students of Team Star from any blame. Huh? No one told me that. I accepted the request and agreed not to take disciplinary action against Team Star. Then I assigned 18 months of overseas study to the student who took responsibility for the team. I'm laughing because look, let's think about that for a second, okay? 18 months of overseas study, and then all of the teachers were retired a year and a half ago, conveniently also 18 months. All of this happened 18 months before, and now here we are now. Right? So, presumably, their overseas study should be ending, right? Conveniently. So we probably should see them. Which gets back to the whole theory we've had from the beginning, right? I mean, I'll admit, I sort of know the answers to these questions at this point. But the theories we've had from the beginning about Cassiopeia, Penny, and the big boss being some number of them being the same person, right? I mean, I guess because Penny's sort of a new student also, or something, and then Cassiopeia is just showing up again after being gone, or is just showing up again. We don't know who they are, but like Big Boss, they've been waiting for Big Boss's return for 18 months. You know. Anyway. A year and a half of studying abroad. This was not intended as a punishment, you understand. Team Star were the victims after all. I wanted the students to take some time to rest, so I had them return home to the Galar region. That is kind of an interesting detail, that whoever it is is a Galar from the Galar region and came overseas to study, or yeah, presumably overseas, because Galar is on an island, I think, right? Since it's the UK. Well, it's islands since it's the UK or whatever, or Britain or something. I don't remember exactly the scope of the region. And this one is in Spain/Portugal, the Iberian Peninsula. Under the pretext of overseas study. Around that time, however, the former deputy director took it upon himself to erase all traces of the incident from my academy servers. It appears his intent was to shield himself from any blame. So he tried to cover up the whole thing. That's terrible. After we discovered what he had done, I dealt with him appropriately, of course. But the inability of myself and the rest of the teaching staff to prevent this terrible act also represented a grave blunder on our part. I accepted the blame that lay at my feet and resigned from my position as director. The rest of the teaching staff then joined me in handing in their notices. So that's why the current teachers were all brought in a year and a half ago, and that's why I joined a year and a half ago. I mean the headmaster, Clavel, not me, Clive. I understand my actions have caused you a great deal of trouble. You have my sincere apologies. Actually, it seems Harrington knows who Clive is because he introduces him as a distant acquaintance, right? They know he knows who he is, but Clive is still trying to hide for some reason, at least from us. Hang on, Mr. Harrington. How come you suddenly decided to talk about this now? Young Master Ortega, Team Star cannot carry on in its current fashion. I merely wish to give you a chance to chart a better course. Well, there's no way I'm abandoning my friends and going to school without them. Not after we've come this far. Your friends in Team Star must mean a great deal to you. Isn't that obvious? It's 'cause, you know, they're my greatest treasure in the world. Even as cheesy as it is to say that. Alright. 2 more badges to go. A Titan badge and 1 more raid. So let's go head to that Titan badge. Oh, right, we gotta get all our stuff from Cassiopeia. Chamomile, it's me. I take it that Ortega handed over his star badge to you then. I see. With its boss no longer around, the Rook Boss squad is as good as finished. Even Ortega. I'm sorry. We're almost there now, just 1 boss left. The operation's been a huge success thanks to you, Chamomile. And Clive has also performed admirably as your support. Admirably. Stumbled over that one a little bit. I remember him saying that you're acquaintances. Have you known each other long? No, not all that long. Yeah, for a while now. Well, he's clearly a reliable friend. He almost reminds me of the gang back in the day. Which gang? Back in what day? As you know, Team Star was formed by a group of students who were being bullied at school. Shortly after forming the team, these students, none other than the squad bosses themselves, confronted their bullies head-on. The outcome was a resounding victory for Team Star, though you could hardly call it a contest. The bullies didn't even put up a fight. They all bolted from battle the first chance they got. Scared spitless of Team Star, the bullies then dropped out of school one after another, and Team Star ended up the villains of the story. But that's neither here nor there. Forget I mentioned it. Now, about your reward. I'll transfer some LP over to your phone as promised. Heck yeah! That's enough to buy me some more leftovers. Alright, more TMs. Ooh, let's go check those. Make good use of those TMs. They should help you take down the last remaining boss. My supply unit rep will be along soon to give you your bonus reward. I mean, I don't have the materials to craft a lot of TMs because I haven't fought enough stuff, but I should check, and if there's TMs worth using, I should definitely try to get them. Hopefully we're getting to the good stuff now that we're 4 bosses down. I mean, my coverage is actually pretty good mostly, but, you know, there's still some holes here and there that could be patched. Here I am. Oh, Miraidon wants to say hi. Good. Gua, stay in your Pokeball for once, will you? He just wants pets. So cute. Ah! It's like a Charlie Brown scream in my head. Charlie Brown. Yarg! Is that what he says? I can't even remember. Wow, Team Star went through all that, huh? They just wanted the bullies to go away, but then they became the bad guys in everyone's eyes. What a joke. The students, the teachers, they're all so messed up. If even just one of them had been paying attention when everyone was getting bullied, they'd have been able to tell right away that Team Star wasn't the one in the wrong. But I guess the big boss was the one who urged everyone to face their bullies despite knowing how messed up the academy is. What a massive idiot, creating Team Star and just hoping their plan would miraculously work out. Talking like you don't know who the big boss is. Come on. Come on. You're just trying to bury the lead here, right? You really think so? I'm sure of it. Well, here's your reward. Materials. Because we are living in a material world, and I am a material girl. Next boss is the very last one. We're counting on you, Chamomile. Is Penny the material girl bringing us materials every time? Or am I the material girl taking all the materials every time? Okay, let's check these TMs real quick. I mean, it's unlikely we got anything valuable, and also unlikely we'll be able to craft it, but I mean, we got some materials now. Who knows? But, you know, gotta check while you can, right? problem is it's like kind of hard to check because it doesn't tell us which ones are new or anything. You just kind of gotta go through everything again. Ooh, we got Hyper Voice. Wait, was that new? Did we have that before? Oh, I gotta go fight some normal types to find out what it is. I don't think I had that because Hyper Voice is a good move that I would have taught to Raisin, I think, if I could have. Well, again, I gotta get the stuff. Let's watch that. I might just have to look up what it is because I'm sure I know what it is. I would know if I had fought everything, but I haven't because I just dodge Pokemon mostly. Most of the stuff is, some of it's nice, but not that helpful. I mean, I know what this one is. This one's Glimmits. But we're not gonna, we can't really, Terra Blast is not that helpful since we don't have any special Terra types. We only have native Terra types, so it's just a stab move. Flare Blitz is nice, but again, recoil moves are scarier in a Nuzlocke. Heat Wave is good though. Man, are these all new? Because a lot of these are good, but I also don't think I was paying close attention before. We had Chilling Water. Surf is good. Don't have anything that can learn them though. We don't have any water types. We also don't have anything that would learn Flare Blitz anyway. Or at least, and would want to use it because we have Torch Song and Craft is a special attacker. Oh, we got Giga Drain. I don't think we had that before. That's good too. That's a good option. Oh, Florges can learn Giga Drain, but again, doesn't cover anything that Fairy doesn't already cover. That's definitely new because we didn't have that before. Yeah, so after the 4th boss, we are getting into some good stuff now. Finally. I mean, the issue is actually crafting them, of course. Dragon Punch is nice. Nothing can learn it. We don't have anything that can learn any of this stuff. Maybe someday though. Yep, nothing. Drill Run. Tailwind is nice, but not relevant really for this, for the way for what we're doing here. It's better in doubles. I mean, it's okay in singles too if you are gonna switch out or whatever. Just use it, but whatever. Had all this already. Ooh, Amnesia. Don't have anything that can learn it. Psychic Terrain. U-Turn's nice. Pollen Puff. Oh, that's not from learning. We picked that up somewhere. That is also a nice. That is actually a nice move. Cause it's actually quite strong. It's a like 90 power bug type move, which is not bad. I mean, we don't have any bugs, so we wouldn't get stabbed. But 90 power is decent, and bug type hits Dark and Psychic, which is nice, and Grass. It's much better in doubles, where you can also choose to heal someone. Then it becomes very flexible, which is nice. Power Gem is nice. We have, but I mean, we're keeping Salt Cure, so mostly doesn't matter here. Hex, Shade, Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball's already got. Could teach Dragon Claw. That is a better move than Breaking Swipe, except that Breaking Swipe reduces attack, and again, Speedy's really not meant to be a threat. It's just meant to be a setup, basically, of dropping attack, getting, maybe dropping defense with bites. If we could get, like, Snarl, that would be great, because then we could have an option to reduce special attack, too. That would be great, actually. We just reduce the relevant one, and then either U-turn or Shed Tail out. So that's a nice setup. Because then it gives... But it does not learn Snarl. So never mind. Crunch. Crunch? Oh, wait. It has Bite, not Crunch. Bite is Flinch. Crunch is the one I want. Let's get that. We might want Crunch on... Speedy. Iron Head's good. Heavy Slam is nice with a Garganackle, probably, actually. Oh, there's no way we're gonna get the stuff for that, though. I don't know if it'll outweigh it by enough, though, for it to be good. I don't know how heavy. It's gotta be pretty heavy, to be honest. It's a giant pile of rocks. Alright, that's it. Did I ever get Body Press? No, still don't have Body Press. I must be one in the overworld, I guess. I was kind of hoping it might show up here, Because I really want Garganackle to have body press. Then we're good to go on that moveset, like, fully. There's some good stuff there. Okay, that one we know what we need for Crunch. We're missing something for Hyper Voice, and I don't know what. So if I want to craft them, I gotta go fight some stuff. It's kind of annoying. So I don't know if we're going to be doing that anytime soon. Maybe eventually if it comes up. But for now, we're going to carry on towards the lake. Dragon time. I'm not even going to go do all the lake stuff. I'm just going to go directly to that lake, I guess. I mean, I might find some trainers or something. Still doing all of the notifications from the actual raid. Still just running through those. And now it's from the gym fight. Alright, TMs. Yeah. Is it done? It's finally done. Okay, there it goes. I am strong. Wow, thanks for letting us know. It's a dragon trainer. Dragon tamer. What level are you? 40? Oh, we're fine. Not gonna be strong enough. Who do I want to be leveling? Oh, you're gonna get obliterated by this by Florges, Dragon Tamer. Prepare to die with your. I actually still can't get over this smirk with Dragon Tamer tab. Look at their face. Look at her face. And their tiny capes. Popping in again. Hope the stream's going well. Yep, so far so good. Defeated Ortega. Did a bunch of number crunching and figuring everything out. Ooh, who is she? She's hot. I mean, the Dragon Trainer outfit is a pretty hot outfit, and she's got the smirk that she knows she's hot. But it's just the generic Dragon. That's literally just the Dragon Trainer or Dragon Tamer, and like trainer class. So all the Dragon Tamers look like that. But Dragon Tamers are a pretty late game trainer class, so you usually don't see them until the last third of the game or so. So you may not have run into one yet. You'll probably run into one soon though, I imagine. I mean, look, I'm not gonna lie, they are pretty hot. With they're very like skin tight dragon, like superhero costumes with the short tiny cape. I mean, the cape isn't part of that. His cape's just funny to me. But the smirk is what sells it for me. Alright, so anyway. Back to obliterating this Altaria. Ooh, Cotton Guard, that's not gonna help you, sorry. That Cotton Guard is neat. So you saw that, right? The stages of increase, right? Stages can increase 1 level. If it increases sharply, that's 2 levels, and drastically is 3 levels. And Cotton Guard is one of the few moves that increases a stat drastically. So that's a +3 defense boost just in 1 move, which is crazy, right? That's like 150% defense increase, just right off the bat. It's kind of nuts. But of course, we're special attacking, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, I mean, Cotton Guard has pretty low distribution, as you'd expect, right? It would be busted if too many things got it. It would just be the best move, or best defensive move to use. And if you're wondering, for stats falling, you have falling and you have falling harshly as 2 stages, and then severely, I think, is 3 stages. A 3-stage drop, that's like very rare. There's like almost nothing that decreases 3 stages. I think there might be like one thing, or there might be like certain situations where it can happen. And I think it's severe, if I recall correctly. Even drastically rarely comes up, but that one I remember just because it does come up on Cotton Guard, so that you do actually see it, but like seeing severe reductions, I think it's severe. It's like, doesn't really happen. I'm just curious what the damage is looking like. Wow, it doesn't kill. That's nothing. Laser Blast is such a nice move. I just like the way it chucks. It's making me think of Elden Ring when I'm chucking the moon at people. It's like the same thing. Just blast them with the moon. Alright, last Titan. Let's make our way downtown. Walking fast. Face is passing, I'm homebound. I'm lake-bound. Got another shiny Palmy? No, not this time. Yeah, how's the Pokemon going? If you're still here. Yoko. Find any more shinies yet? I feel like you find one every day. It's crazy. Like, I mean, if you were shiny hunting, then sure, finding one a day would actually not be that crazy. But I feel like you just find them all the time without trying. It's astonishing. And I respect it. Castle Royal Lake, that's where we're headed. Got a max revive. Ooh, thanks for the literal garbage. I should check to see what. I mean, I'm not gonna. I haven't gone out of my way to get them. Maybe I'll do it near the end if I really need the move. Like, what is it? Because Hyper Voice, I'm still missing an ingredient that I don't even know what it is. Like, at least with Crunch, I know what I need. I just haven't done it. But I could go do it if I wanted to. I'm not in any rush, though. It would only be for. That one I definitely am in less of a rush because it would only be for Speedy, who I'm not. It doesn't really matter that much if Speedy hits slightly harder. Hyper Voice could be useful, though. I mean, Craft could get it. I don't think I would, though, because that's kind of whatever. Raisin also learns it, and that's where I want to put it, I think, for sure, because I need a strong stab normal move. Right, so I could go Energy Ball Hyper Voice, or Giga Drain Hyper Voice could be good. Energy Ball is stronger. Terrain Pulse also technically stronger if I have Grassy Terrain up, but it's not very consistent. I could drop Growth. I'm increasingly finding I'm not going to be using Growth, because the Special Defense Bulk is... Both those stats are already high enough that I don't really need to be... Oh, sorry. Growth is just a special attack. And increasing it one stage, because I don't have Sun up, is not really that helpful. If I had 2 stages, then it's kind of okay, because it's like a Nasty Plot. It's like a Nasty Plot and a Swords Dance, but of course we're only taking advantage of one of those. But without Sun, it's just a single of each, which is less valuable. So I could definitely see getting Giga Drain or Hyper Voice in that slot. Well, if I get Giga Drain, it replaces Energy Ball. And I don't think I need it, because I have Leech Seed if I really need healing, and I already have a Leftovers. I could also replace Leech Seed at this point. I don't see it coming up. With Grassy Terrain and Leftovers, like, Leech Seed is kind of overkill. It's just kind of wasting turns when we could be attacking. We're already healing up so much, you know? So maybe I could just get both. Or I could have them all, and I could get Terra Blast. This is the thing, although Terra Blast would just be stab normal. That's just worse than Hyper Voice, because it's just an 80 power normal type move, now that I think about it. Versus Hyper Voice is normal. See, the nice thing about Terra Blast is it switches types when you Terrastallize, but obviously our Terra type is just native. We don't have any fancy Terra types. I was thinking it could be so cool to have a Arboliva with... Oh, geez, these levels are higher. Also, is this a new area? Am I at Castle Royal Lake? I think I am. Oh, there's a guy here. Sushi sandwiches. Rice, bread and rice. Okay. Interesting ideas you've got there, buddy. Well, the levels are a little high, but I guess I should be able to handle the trainers now, to be honest. Like, my Pokemon are statted enough that it should be okay. Even at maybe not completely matching level. I mean, I am a little under. I'm like 3 or 4 levels under the wild Pokemon. It's a little sketchy. I don't know where to go to train, though. I guess I could go grab those materials for Hyper Voice. Let me check what the material is for Hyper Voice crafting. Squovit, Tandemouse, Litleo. Ooh, have I seen a Tandemouse? I must have, but I don't remember where they are. I don't think I have them in my Pokedex, though, because I haven't fought them. Oh, where are the Tandemouse? I remember finding them pretty early, but I don't remember where. Wait, I'm trying to remember in my personal save. Where did I first catch one? I caught one by Artisan, right? I think. Is that where I first saw them? I think so, because I remember being by Artisan over here and going, what the heck? There's just mice. What is this mice? Why are they running together? I think I remember that. It's been so long now. It's hard to recall exactly. I don't think anyone else gets Hyper Voice that I want. Or I don't think I want to give it to Craft here. I think Craft's coverage is fine as is. It would be non-stab, and I'd rather have Snarl, which is what I currently have, rather than a normal type move. I think we're over here was where I found the... I think, or am I misremembering? There's an Oricorio. Some birds. Map doesn't say there are Tandemouse here. Trying to remember where it was that I first... I'm pretty sure it was around here when I encountered it in my personal save. Maybe I don't remember exactly, though. I mean, I definitely don't remember exactly. But maybe my memory's also... further than I would like it to be. I also don't think they were like super rare or anything. I remember seeing more than one when I saw them. Wherever it was. I'm pretty sure it was near some town. I don't think it was Cortondo. I thought it was here. Because it's definitely like by grass. Oh. I do also need to kill Squovits and Litleos. There was one other Pokemon on my team that could learn Hyper Voice, but I can't remember. Oh, but I remember what I was going to say, though. Is a moveset for Arboliva, which is Terrain Pulse. Terrain Pulse, Weather Ball, and Terra Blast. So they're all normal type moves by default, which you get stab on, but then they become other type moves in different situations. Like Grass when you get hit, and you set Grass to Terrain. Sun, fire in the sun if it becomes sunny, or I mean water if it's rainy, or whatever, right? Ice if it's snowy. Is it rock when it's sandstorm? Ground? I don't remember. And then Terra Blast with a Terra type, some other third Terra type. Right? You have a moveset which is all normal type moves, and then all becomes other types in different situations. Weather Ball you won't get stab on, but the interesting thing is you also get stab on them even after they change, right? You still get grass stab on Terra Pulse after you get grass set up. You still get stab on your Terra type, no matter what it is, once you change Terra types. Weather Ball you don't get stab on. But it just seemed like a neat idea. I was like, you could get some interesting situations with like coverage and stuff by doing that. There is, look, oh man, I literally was about to open the map to fly, but look, Tandemouse on the map. So, well, okay, map, and that, just to clarify for anyone who didn't realize this, that doesn't mean they're currently spawned in somewhere near you. It just means they can. They can spawn in. It's just telling you what is a possible spawn for where you are. Because I remember at the start of the game, I like saw something on the map. I was like, wait, where is that? I want to find it. I kept walking over the icon in the map like this, and I was like, it's not here. Where is it? And yeah, eventually I realized it's just telling you like 4 of the things that could spawn at the current location / time of day / weather. Tandem mouse spawn seems to be not that common though. They're also kind of small. I could imagine them being kind of hard to spot. They're like bright white though, right? So like... Zoom out. The flowers popping in is making me think they're tandem mouse because the flowers are white. Look at that lag. Come on, Tandem Mouse. Don't you want to fight? Hopefully they spawn at all hours, because it's going to be nighttime soon. It's currently dusk. I don't know if they're daytime Pokemon. I don't think so, though. I can't imagine why they would be. There's a trainer out here we never fought, although they're not going to be very threatening, I have to imagine. I mean, even there's probably a lot of black box trainers in earlier areas we could go back and fight now, although, is it even worth it? Questionable. Well, I just can't even get back up there now. If I recall, the dusk and dawn are only like 3 minutes even, so night should be coming soon. Okay, but I mean, I guess it does at least get me some more EVs. If I lose, my bill will be $1 million. Well, if I lose, all my Pokemon will also be dead, so I mean, that's probably a bigger concern for me. But it doesn't matter. I ain't gonna lose. Prepare to be obliterated. Psyduck. Have the moon. Wait, I got the math wrong. What do you mean you got the math wrong? Were you gonna tell me that if I did lose and I owed you $1 million? Were you gonna say, wait, I got the math wrong. You only owe me 100. I should check their stats again to switch the items out. It's been a few battles. That's gotta be, that's not, is that max speed yet? That's gotta be maxed, right? How much further could it go? I'd probably switch over now, right? To defense or special defense. Probably defense to bolster the... Well, the base defense must be higher then because the EVs are lower, but... Or with IVs, I guess. It could be IVs as well. Man, I wish... Well, we could also just throw it into attack or HP, but we already have HP on the other one. We could swap them out, though. We could swap this to special attack and then swap the other one to HP, because more HP for speed is also... In retrospect, I want HP more than anything if I'm making substitutes, especially substitutes for other Pokemon. But you know what? So it goes. We're going to swap them now, though. See how much we can get out of it. Because... Florges also wants special attack for sure. Even if I'm not maxed on the health yet, which I don't think I am, we can swap it. And then once that's maxed, we can swap it back anyway. I kind of don't think we'll have that much space though, because we're not going to be able to fully max 2 of them for sure, right? Because we're getting random EVs alongside these ones that we're stacking quickly. And you only, by default, you only have 4 points extra. Well, I don't know how exactly it's counting them. I think they've capped it correctly now, so you don't have to worry about going over to 255. So currently, you can max is 252, but you used to be able to go to 255. So if you want it to be if you were trying to be really careful, you actually have to be very careful to make sure you only got 252, or to make sure that you, or like 253 was okay, because you also have 2 points at the end extra. So it's 510 max. It used to be, or it's, right, so it's, wait, I think it used to be what, 5, it's 5, like 5, it's, well, 512 max, right? But it caps, each stat capped out at 255, and you only get points for every 4, so you wanted it to be at 252, because the extra 3 did literally nothing when you maxed out at 255. And if you burned them all, and you end up at, yeah, this is the one that I jumped over before, or that I couldn't jump over before. But at 252, that leaves you with, from 510, that leaves you with, or no, yeah, it was at 5, it was always 510, but that leaves you with 6 extra points? Yeah, 6 extra points, but obviously only 4 matter, so you put the last 4 in something, and you have 2 extra points to spare. So you could always burn, you had 2 points to like use on whatever before, but now they've capped it correctly, I think, where it only goes to 252. So you don't have to worry as much about that. And I think they actually have made it so it's 508 now as well, so there's not 2 extra points anymore. You just can max out 2 and then you have 4 points to something else. But of course, as it is, we're definitely wasting points because we just have random single odd points here and there on other stuff. What am I doing? I'm absent-mindedly doing nothing. I wanted to go... I'm still looking for Tandem Mouse to kill. I'm kind of wasting time on this, which is a shame, because I'm not really gaining that much out of it, except the possibility of getting to... Okay, maybe this isn't worth it. Maybe I should just go back to what I was doing by the lake. I like want the hyper voice, but I mean, I don't know that I care that much. Maybe we'll just, ooh, there's a thing. Let's just go back to the lake. We're just gonna fight that guy. I'm sure it'll be okay, right? What's the worst that could happen? I am slightly under leveled to try to take on the Titan. So I kind of want to fight some trainers around here first, before going in on the Titan. Just to be, so I'm not too in danger during the giant, the first fight. Dive, yes, look at that big dive all the way down to the bottom. Bonk. Okay. Yeah, levels here are like 50, low 50s. How scared am I of this guy? I don't think I'm that scared, but my Pokemon might be under level compared to him, but it should be okay. Pip can probably handle it, whatever it is, or Parfait. Maybe I go Parfait. Parfait's probably the safest, right? Well, let me look at those defenses. Let me check those defenses once again. Once again, sees 114, 129. So actually, Pip is slightly more rounded. Obviously, Parfait's physical defense is the highest, and similarly, Bluebell's special defense is the highest. Parfait's physical defense, their special defense is not that bad though. I think Raisin actually has the best rounded defense overall. Like 1 point higher defense compared to Pip's physical defense. They're pretty similar though, and 10 points higher special defense compared to Pip's defense. Part of that could be the level difference though, right? Are they a level off? Oh no, Raisin's lower level even. Alright, we've got to synergize. Across all metrics, wow. Look at this guy, synergy. I work in an office. Synergy. Oh boy, look at this Slowpoke. He just got his butt to my Pokemon. Bro. We are underleveled, but also not gonna matter. There's no way this thing can kill. Liquidation, that's fine. Now you die. It would have to have it had like an ice move or something. Which I guess it could have. But even then, it was probably okay. I don't know. That could have been dangerous if it had an ice type move somehow. Alright, well, there's a trainer. Let's go around. We're not going to go all the way around this whole area because it's kind of unnecessary. But I do kind of want to go around to find some of these trainers to level up a little bit. And maybe we'll try to end today by fighting the Titan. And we'll have one badge left. I was kind of thinking I would get all 3 badges today. Or I was saying that at the end of last stream, but well, here we are, not having done that. Oh, I do need to catch a Castle Royale Lake Pokemon too, actually. They are kind of over level, and it actually makes it harder because I'm pretty sure there's a modifier that makes it harder to catch if they're over level. There was in Sword and Shield. It like multiplies like by 0.1 if you're below their level, I think. I'm not exact on that. I think this guy's way lower level than us. I mean, I'll fight him to see, but I don't think we're getting much out of it, actually. What's with all these office workers just running around out here by the lake? What are they even doing? I also have strayed a bit away from the lake. I need to go back towards the lake. Goodbye, you're dead. Wow, Metal Claw, that's super effective. Good thing you're 10 levels below me. Or 15 levels below me. I don't even remember. What was it, 30, 32? 16 levels? Wow, thanks for the nothing. Power Trip, that does nothing. 3 HP. Goodbye. Boo, I lost, so I guess I'm taking today off. Oh, I see. You wanted to lose. Jump! All you gotta do is jump! Castle Royale Lake. Okay, maybe I should roll for my encounter here. I'm scared, though. I gotta wait till they're lower level than me, at least. Yeah, I gotta wait till they're at least lower level than me. Because the catch is just so not realistic until they are. Oh, I was like, why is that Tropius weird and blue? It's because it was overlaid with a Golduck. That's funny. Look at all the onigiri running around. All the sushi just running around. Not onigiri, nigiri sushi rather. My brain. They're tatsugiri and my brain went onigiri, but they're nigiri sushi. I mean, right now they're just fish walking around. It's so funny to me that they're actually dragons too. It's gotta be Ryoko's favorite Pokemon for this game, right? Hey there, Chamomile. So, rumor has it the false dragon titan lurks somewhere in this lake, yeah? But not a single person's ever caught a glimpse of it. Must be some kind of truly terrifying beast. But how are we supposed to search for a thing when we don't even know what it looks like? Sure would be handy if it just ran around crying, "I'm the Titan," or something. If only, right? Thanks, Arvin? Thanks for your contribution. I've had one. How many do you need me to have? I've defeated 1 trainer. 7. Well, don't know if I'm getting that anytime soon. Let's climb up here. It's gonna be what? Just a Gimme Ghoul, which I will not be fighting. I mean, I could, but it doesn't really matter. Do I want a Gimme Ghoul? No, because then to evolve it, I would have to get a bunch of coins, and I'm not about to do that. Even if Gimme Ghoul is quite strong. And it is. Make It Rain is very strong. And it's... Okay, this is something I think I mentioned last time, and I was misunderstanding something. I was talking about its ability, which... And I was comparing it to Purifying Salt, and I was like, how is it not just as good as... How is it better than how is it not just worse than Purifying Salt? Because in my brain, I was thinking it was immune to all status conditions, but I went and I was like watching something that mentioned it, and it's immune to all status moves, not just status conditions, right? Status moves are the whole category of moves that are non-attacking moves. So any targeted status move, it literally is just immune to. That's nuts, because obviously that's like a lot of the status conditions. It can still be affected by status conditions. It can still be paralyzed by Nuzzle, burned by fire attacks, etc. As a secondary effect. But it cannot have status moves used on it. So, you know, Will-O-Wisp, Toxic, Spore, all that. As well as anything that reduces your stats, or Taunt, or any of that stuff. So that's like crazy. That's so strong. I mean, it's obviously less strong in story mode, because they don't use those as much. But in online, in ranked battles, like, very valuable to be able to just not have to worry about that stuff. Okay, I kind of wasted 2 potions there. I could have just... Well, it's fine. So then I realized, okay, that was what my brain was missing. It was misinterpreting, or I had misread the ability at one point, and I didn't realize what it was. Because Purifying Salt is immune to all status conditions. Alright, normal type. I think I do probably switch to Pip here. See, okay, this is one thing about Pip, is Pip resists a lot of stuff by virtue of being Steel type. Parfait could work too. What am I concerned about? Maybe a fighting move could be a concern. And Pip is probably safer just overall. It's not gonna have fire. It's not gonna have electric, so Pip is safe. Pip resists almost everything else. Well, that's not a damaging move, so... Alright, well, it's going to be faster than me now, and you know what? That's fine. Drill Peck. Okay, that's making literally no difference. I mean, you're already faster than me. What a waste. Oh, it's going to take 2 more? I should be holding claws, I guess. I'm at min speed. You've done it. You've given me... You've quartered... Actually, that's more than quartered. Yeah, you've quartered my speed. Congrats. Good for you. And now you're resting. Okay, well, I'm gonna use that opportunity to keep honing these claws then. And you will catch these claws in a moment. Okay, we're at 4 boosts. Well, +2 attack, +2 accuracy. I could get it high enough where... Okay, because I'm getting stab on Drill Peck. So that's like 120. This is currently 100. So 1 more Hone Claws actually makes this stronger than Drill Peck, even though we don't get stab on it. Oh, it has Snore. I mean, that does like nothing, so I don't care. I'm going to heal it all back up. But I can understand the rest now. I still don't understand the 3 scary faces. That was pointless, for sure. Especially because... Oh no, it's just snoring. I was thinking maybe it was going to do Sleep Talk or something, but then it would just get Snore or Scary Face, which would be pointless. I'm up to +3, +3, right? Yeah. Okay, 1 more Hone Claws. It's going to be sleeping for 1 more turn. Alright, time to die. I'm at +4, +4. So Power Trip is a 180 power move. Base power 180. Physical attack. Alright, die. Wow. Look at that scary face. That literally does nothing. What is your fourth move? Use your fourth move. Well, we'll never find out. Now the next guy will die as well. Ampharos. That's electric type. And a special attacker. That's actually scary. But I'm so boosted. I just kill if I attack. But the problem is I'm min speed. There's no way it one-shots, right? Even with a... What? A Thunder could, maybe? Thunderbolt probably doesn't, right? There's no way. Oh, I'm so nervous now. I should probably just switch. I think I should just... Oh, I should just switch. I'm so boosted, though. I don't think it would kill. I think his special defense is high enough. But I'm scared. Alright, let's go Resistance Thunder. Let's see what it does, though. I think Ampharos is a special attack. Is it? Or is it a physical attacker? Either way. Power Gem. Okay. That would not have been super effective. That would have just been neutral. So I definitely could have stayed. That definitely would not have killed. No stab, neutrally effective. It would have done similar damage to what we've seen here on Raisin, actually. Less even, because it's a physical attack. Or no, it's a special attack. So it was slightly more even, rather. So it would have done about a third of our health, probably, and then it would have died to Power Trip. But whatever. Terrain Pulse just kills. Boosted, stab, Terrain Pulse. Does not kill. Okay, Cotton Guard's not helping me, though. But that did way less than I thought. I thought it would kill. I guess, I don't know Ampharos' stats. Special defense could be high enough. They also level up on us, so there's that. Still kind of surprised. Because this is base power 100, because it's on grassy terrain, and then boosted by the grassy terrain. Boosted by stab. Should just be blowing stuff up. Wait, there's a victor, there's also a loser. Yes, and that loser is you. Okay, trainers. Come out and fight. I need to kill you before I go take on the Titan. That's right, the lake is just all feathers. It's a good place to get feathers. Unfortunately, feathers take, if you want to use feathers to do EVs, it'll take a million years. But I mean, hey, they're free. And they're good for finishing off the EVs, at least. Hey, do you know how strong I am? No, and I don't think I will, because you're gonna lose. Sarina. It's not a fighting type, but it will have fighting type moves, which we don't care about as Blue Bell. And what am I scared of? Steel, poison, could have poison type moves. Grass types often have poison. Just go Pip, safe. Oh, actually, Craft would be a good safe option here. Ignores fighting, resists grass. I mean, we 4 times resist grass, neutral to fighting. Resist normal, but Craft would be immune to normal. Yeah, Stomp would be immune. That was us. Stomp is just normal. That was the other move. That's like the obvious move for its Serena, because I think that's like one of the moves that it always has. Well, in any case, we probably should have just gone with Craft. Also, because Craft is slightly lower level, so it would have evened it out. Man, these levels, though. We're actually surviving these hits because the levels, they're higher level. I mean, you know, obviously 1 level difference isn't that much of a difference, but As opposed to us being over leveled. This is where it's making a difference, I guess. Man, we're actually not even gonna get 2 backs this time. Because I'm not even gonna get to the Titan at this rate. Which is fine, I guess. I thought I had a possibility of getting 3, but not even close. I think next time we could probably get the both, though, because I think level-wise the next 2 are closer. Like this one, there is a bit of a level gap in this area compared to the previous area. Versus the last two I think are basically the same level. Like I'm pretty sure this last Titan is basically the same level as the final Team Star fight. So we can pretty much just go directly there and not have to worry about level. Versus here we are a little bit under level still. Because I think from the list I've been referencing, it was saying it was like 55, I think, for the Titan. I mean, a few levels we probably would be okay, but the Titans are a little... You don't want to get greedy there, you know? It's very possible to just get popped, especially against a freaking... well, against whatever the Titan might be. I definitely don't know. I mean, obviously, I know. I've beaten the game, but... You know, for anyone who doesn't know yet, we'll find out. Next time, I suppose. Oh, no, I'm falling. I don't have climbing. Just swimming on the lake. Do I have water types? I don't. That could be a good type to add. Actually, when I actually roll for my encounter, I'll probably do it on the lake. Because that's something interesting instead of doing it on the land here. I mean, there are new Pokemon on the lands, too, to fight, for sure. But, you know, the only way to get a water Pokemon, really, is to do my roll on the water. And where better than the lake to roll for an encounter on the water, right? I'll probably just end up getting, like, well, actually, are there even Magikarp in here? I don't know that there are. There are definitely a lot of Veluza. The Veluza are annoying. They're so aggressive and so fast. They just, like, blast themselves at you. Speedy's probably fast enough. Oh, but not with this. I was going to say to never mind. Bluebell's probably what we're going to use in this fight. I mean, well, in theory, it's supposed to be a dragon, right? So we should be using Florges for sure, right? That's what we expect. Raichu. Well, good time to switch in Raisin. Man, our bulky Pokemon make it much less stressful to be doing a Nuzlocke. Although it is stressful when things still hit hard through it. But mostly it looks like that, where it's like, okay, I'm not really that nervous. Like, even crits aren't gonna kill or anything. Like, when we're living in that position where a crit will kill, but no one, like when they're doing about half your health, well, half your health bar, crit still doesn't kill. Although, half your health bar means that you can't recover safely. You can't get another attack in without risking dying to a crit or something. And that's when it's scary. But as it is, like, here, I'm really not scared. Unless they randomly pull out a different move out of nowhere, right? Does Train Pulse kill here? Let's find out. Tail Whip. That does nothing. You're special attacking. These movesets are so bad. The NPC, random NPC moveset. Come on! Come on! I can't believe I got low rolls there. Double team. Uh-oh. Evasion boost. Oh no, the evasion boost. Oh no. I don't have any hazers. Oh no, it's at 2 stages. So now it's at 5/3. Okay, it doesn't matter. If we hit, you're dead. Thank goodness. The evasion strats are annoying. I like the idea of double team. It's been around forever. Double team, when you hear the move double team, you think it'll be an attack where you like hit someone twice somehow using like, it's like there are 2 of the Pokemon, or it creates a copy of itself and you both hit it or something. But instead, it's the like trope of move so fast that there are after images and you attack the after image. And that concept is so funny to me that it's called double team or something like that. And it's just standard now. You don't even think about it, right? Because double team is just like kind of been a thing, part of the game since Gen 1. And so like when you hear, oh, double team, you go, oh yeah, it's gonna dodge. But it's like, that's not what it means to double team someone. Like it means like to have 2 people fighting someone at once and therefore having the advantage. Like double team should be called like after image or something, right? Like that would make more sense, right? Like it raises it moves so fast, you create an after image. And even then, that's like such a tropey idea for a move. Like, I don't think that's how things really generally work in real life. Solar beam. Alright, well, we're running up on the time. So we'll probably have to end soon. Try to find some more trainers, get our level a little bit higher. I was not planning to go all the way around the lake, and yet here I am going all the way around the lake. Wouldn't you know it? Oh, wow, look at that glowing stake up there. I wonder what that does. Wowie zowie. I mean, I'm not gonna do all of these. I haven't been exploring enough. I don't even think I found any yet until now. I'm gonna ignore it. Hey, what could it... It looks too scary. There's no need to grab it, right? It can't be good. Where are the trainers? Face me. I'll be honest, I really don't remember where they are. There's got to be trainers up here and stuff too, but it's kind of a pain to go over there. There must be more trainers over on the mountain, I guess. Maybe I just have to do wild Pokemon training. I haven't had to in so long, though. That'd be wild. Okay, I didn't even hear that until literally just seconds later. About having to fight Pokemon that would be wild. I genuinely did not. That was not... It's like a no pun intended situation where I actually really didn't. I said that and I went, wait a second, what? Why did I say wild twice? Because, you know, whenever someone says no pun intended, it's like, what do you mean no pun intended? You clearly intended that. That's why you're acknowledging it. But like in that case for me, that was really just not intended. I'm faster than it? Tatsugiri, then I have a band on. It had Mirror Coat! Oh my goodness, no way! Oh my... Bluebell's dead. That's... I didn't even mean to fight this thing. I ran into it on accident. There's no way. It's literally time to end. I wasn't even going to fight anything. I was about to end and I accidentally ran into this. And I said, oh, well, I'll just kill it with a fairy type move because it's dragon. So I used fairy type move. It's super effective. Leaves it at 1 HP. It mirror coats? There's no way. There's no way. Oh my goodness. And that's okay. Explains why I was slower. Because I was literally commenting, well, I'm faster? That makes no sense. I have a power item on. How can I possibly be faster here? Like, And that's the answer. It's because it was using Mirror Coat, which has reduced priority. For the exact reason of it's pointless if it goes first, obviously. There's no way. That's insane. That's so unlucky for so many reasons. For one, I genuinely was not intending to fight this, but I ran into it and I went, okay, well, it's a dragon type, this is free XP. And okay, so to begin with, there's that. Then it's further unlucky because it did not kill. That should have just killed it. I did not think that would survive. A Tatsugiri surviving a Moonblast. I know we're like not max level, but like, or not quite at the same level, but still, that lives with 1 HP because out of its 4 moves, it happened to pick Mirror Coat and kill. Well, I mean, obviously it kills. Mirror Coat kills there for sure since we left it at 1 HP. If it had done nothing, it would have done no damage. If I had done less damage, Bluebell would have lived. I mean, I would have had to do way less damage. There was no way I was doing less enough to live there. But the fact that it lives with 1 HP so that it can Mirror Coat. Oh my goodness. To begin with, there's a 25% chance it uses Mirror Coat in that situation, right? And then the chance of it living there, it's hard to calculate because I don't know the exact specs or the stats on it, right? I don't know if maybe I low rolled and it could have died just straight up. I mean, even if I didn't, right? It's just unlucky because certainly if it didn't have the stats it has, if it had lower IVs or something, it would have died. Because there's no way that every Tatsugiri here lives that Moonblast. That seems insane. Oh my. Or if I'd been training special attack the whole time instead of HP, we would have had high enough special attack to kill. That's crazy. What a last minute change of fortunes. Well, Bluebell's dead. There goes my plan to have an actually well-trained Pokemon. Anyway, Raisin, get in there and finish it. Thankfully, Mirror Coat will not kill now, no matter what happens, because it doesn't have enough HP. Dragon Pulse, yep. See, if it had used Dragon Pulse, it would be dead. Because Dragon Pulse would do nothing. That's what I figured. It figured it had Dragon-type moves, and I went, okay, it just is immune to Dragon-type moves. The Water-type moves it probably won't kill. It freaking mirror-coated? That's... It survived! I'm in such shock. Okay, well, Bluebell's dead. I'm blown away that this has occurred. Rest in peace, Bluebell. You were great for the... Both my Pokemon that have died in the same stream that I caught them. We're seeing a pattern here. I need to take that item off of you. Alright, well, welcome back, Tummy. You're under level now, but you're back in action. We're gonna have to level you up a bit. What are your... How are your EVs looking? I might want to give you a power item for a bit. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Oh, you're almost maxed. Look at that diagram. You are almost literally just maxed. I mean, what do I want to try to give you before you max out? HP, probably. Everyone wants HP. Just a little bit more bulk is always appreciated, right? Oh, man. I guess, I mean, we're ending on that. My brain is fried from that even occurring. I don't know. Maybe I just do something else. I don't want to be wasting... I want to make sure Speedy gets as much HP as possible, to be honest. And though, like, 1 extra HP point on Tummy is kind of... Probably doesn't going to make that much of a difference. Makes more of a difference on Speedy, who's giving Shed Tails. What stat do I want here, though? Probably a defensive stat, or just more attack. Speed wouldn't be bad either, to be honest. Yeah, maybe it's just speed. Alright, well, I've literally, since getting Tummy, which I did in the first stream, so I have not ended a stream with Tummy out of my party, despite having 2 streams where he was not in the party for most of the time. I've had 2 streams now where Tummy was in the box for most of the stream, and yet here I am never ending a stream without Tummy. Maybe Tummy's killing the... Maybe Tummy's doing it. Tummy doesn't want to be boxed. Tummy's saying, "Hey, what do you think you're doing? Put me in the box. Newcomer, you will die." But that's going to do it for today. That's a crazy thing to end on, but we're going to end there for today. I'm going to come back to it next time, try to find a few more trainers or grind up a little bit before we go into that Titan fight. And then after the Titan fight, we'll go directly to the last badge fight. And that'll be that. And we will maybe start heading into those final bits of the story. But that'll have to do next time. So if you want notifications every time I go live, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you can get those on Twitter at KMillion. I also post a schedule every Sunday, so you can see what's coming for the week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So on Sunday, you can get that schedule, also on Twitter, at KMillion. You can take the link down below if that's easier for you. Archives of the VOD, past 2 weeks are kept here on Twitch, but the archives that I have older than that will be able to be viewed on YouTube, youtube.com/@KMillion. So go check that out. You know, give us subscribe there if you want to be able to make sure you don't miss the VODs. And you know, the last other link that I've got linked down below is my webcomic, Silver Ring Journals. If you haven't given it a look yet, go give that a look. But that's it. So hope you had a good time. I did, despite the craziness that has now occurred. It's always exciting, at least, if nothing else. At least I'm not losing Pokemon who I'm getting attached to. All the Pokemon that I've had die are ones who I've just gotten every time. But, you know, now we're down to Fairy type again, which is a little unfortunate, because Fairy types are nice to have, especially going into ostensibly a Dragon Titan. But, hope you have a good rest of your day, rest of your morning or evening, and until next time, see ya!